Welcome back to playoff football on Comcast. Tonight we're at Mount Diablo High School as the Acalanes Dons take on the Ygnacio Valley Warriors. Dan Wall, Steve Sanchez, our great Comcast crew is always here. And Steve, tonight we're going to see some physical smash-mouth football. These two teams can really get at it. Acalanes, 8-3 on the season, are led by senior quarterback Gavin Beeman.
And you know, Dan, they're they belong here. They've earned this. Coach Thompson has done a great job with this crew. Should be pretty interesting tonight.
You know, Beeman was the second-team All-League performer in the DFAL. And also, utility was a first-teamer, plays defense, he plays on special teams. Right. He's a great player, the focus of their team. Now, Ygnacio Valley plays one of the craziest offenses you're ever going to see. We call it the hot potato pitch. We're going to see a lot of it. Their quarterback, Kyle Havens, the quarterback for Ygnacio Valley really has to lead the entire team.
And that's the key, Dan. And you're going to see tonight, that's always been the key to that offense. He pitches it, and you're going to see it's like student body left, student body right. They're all tied in, and it's going to depend on how Acalanes' defense responds to that offense.
Yeah, this should be a fun game. A lot of people have kind of circled this one. We had on our calendar, and I actually got it right. Steve, remember at the end of last week, Acalanes and Ygnacio Valley. We got it. The Dons and the Warriors next here on Comcast.
What is a coach?
Brendan Theaters of Concord and Pittsburgh. Enjoy the movie. Thanks again to all of our friends from the Comcast Game of the Week.
Hey, you know, in their win over O'Dowd last week, Acalanes gave up 225 rushing yards to Lewis Arnold.
Well, as soon as I think we had some technical difficulties down on the sidelines. As soon as Tony's ready, we'll send it back down there to him.
Hey, you know, in their win over O'Dowd last week, Acalanes gave up 225 rushing yards to Lewis Arnold. Well, this week they get another really good back. You know, and I talked to Ron Thompson, the head coach, and he told me they didn't feel like they really struggled against the run defensively as much as they just faced a really good back. Well, today they get a team that rushed for 370 yards in a win against El Cerrito last week. So the key matchup to watch is that YV running game against the Dons' rush defense. Guys?
Thanks, Tony. Just want to remind everyone out there in the audience, tonight's game is a 2A semifinal. Last week, Acalanes beat Bishop O'Dowd, as Tony mentioned, 28-27 over in Oakland. And El Cerrito was here and lost 49-12 to Ygnacio Valley. The captains are out on the field. Our officials for tonight's game, Rich Rose, Alex Harris, Manny Souza, Michael Young, and Leon Monroe. And there's Rich Rose, the referee tonight, who will flip the coin, and we'll find out who'll have the ball here first tonight. And then we'll talk a little bit about the coaches and the rest of the team here. We don't have a mic on Rose at this point, so we'll kind of talk over this. But, of course, giving them some instructions down there. Ygnacio Valley is the designated home team here tonight at Mount Diablo High School. And Steve, just a fact, this is the last time they'll ever have to play on the road. They have a new stadium being built at their high school, and they'll play home games for the first time ever at Ygnacio in 2006.
Hey, you know, Dan, I think that's fantastic. I think every school should have them new fields, you know, so hopefully we'll see Antioch, Deer Valley, everybody in the future, you know, that the kids deserve to play on the good fields.
The amazing thing, though, is, of course, Antioch and Deer Valley do have fields. Ignacio's never played a home game at home as a varsity team. That's the difference in that point. You know, now we want Antioch to have a good field,
right?
Better than but Ygnacio has always played on the road. You remember when we were in high school, we used to have to come over and at DVC or here or Pleasant Hill High School, Ygnacio used to play. You can see Ignacio Valley is going to get the ball first and start on offense tonight. Let's take a look at the coaches tonight in this matchup. Of course, Acalanes is led by head coach Ron Thompson, and Coach Thompson is in his 6th year. Went to Hayward and was a head coach at Los Lomas in '98 and '99, and there's Coach Thompson.
There's Coach Thompson. Good shot of him there, Dan.
Absolutely, and they've really became a top-notch program, Steve, under Coach Thompson. We're going to have tonight's national anthem, and then we'll tell you a little bit about head coach Mike Ygnacio of the Ignacio Valley Warriors.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets glare, the bombs bursting in there, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Steve, that was Ignacio Valley student Mario Jose with tonight's national anthem, and there's the cheerleaders from Ignacio Valley High School. Before we get started, Coach Mike Ygnacio in his 5th season as the head coach here. He took over. There's Coach Ygnacio, and I'll tell you, he's one of those real conflicting guys, because he looks like a real tough guy when you're out there, but one of the nicest guys in the world to talk to, and I enjoy spending time on the phone with him, and Coach Thompson as well. Coach Thompson's a very good sense of humor, good fun guy to talk to.
Dan, he's so intimidating. You know, I can remember 3 years ago we met him. You go, Steve, go talk to him. I go, I ain't going to go talk to him. You go talk to him, Dan. He said, no, he's a good guy. I said, I don't care what you say. I think you're shitting me up. But you know what? Today, I went and talked to one of his coaches. I said, hey, can I talk to Coach I? Can you know, going, I'm afraid. I mean, you know, he said, and then he goes, Steve, how in the heck are you? You know, he's the nicest guy in the world. But when he gets his game face on, he looks like a guy who could march an army right through Europe. You know what I mean, Daniel?
Well, I think that's kind of the whole setup for Ignacio Valley. They remind you kind of an invading army, the way they play. They've always been a real tough physical team.
Right, that's true.
And tonight, this year, no different. Of course, in the 2A now, they went they're 8-3 overall, same as Acalanes. Had a very good season. Don't forget the Comcast Game of the Week is only seen here on your Comcast Local Origination channel. Don Kephart, who's the all-league kicker from the DFAL, will kick off. Acalanes in all white with the blue trim tonight. Ignacio wearing the all-blue uniforms tonight with the yellow helmets.
And Dan, let's get it on.
That's right. Lawson and number 2, Aaron Akhtari, are deep. And this is Akhtari. And Akhtari has the kickoff return out to around the 25-yard line. Here's the Ignacio Valley offense for you. Haven's the quarterback, Lawson and Kalinowski in the backfield alongside Piaki Waseli, one of the great names in high school football. Brett Butterfield and Gary Grafford are the 2 tight ends in the offense that they run, the wing T or double wing. Betancourt, Langevin, Duncan Roach, and Al Balsera, an all-leaguer from last year and a returning all-leaguer this year as well. Sadehi is a great kicker for Ignacio. Lawson's the punter, and of course Ygnacio is the head coach. First down, and here's the old hot potato pitch to Lawson, and Lawson is drugged down. Nice tackle made that time by Chris Bohannon on defense for Acalanes. Here's the Acalanes defense for you. By the way, Bohannon, a second-team DFAL all-leaguer. Ballesteri, Knepp, G, and Adcock across the front line. Bohannon, Briggs, and Updegraff for the linebackers. Kelly and Emery, the corners. Beam and Amasi are the safeties for head coach Ron Thompson. Dan Lloyd is the defensive coordinator for the Dons. No gain, second down. This is a pitch to one of the other backs for Ignacio Valley, and a decent gain there as Pamphile, number 3, Marcus Pamphile, 5'8", 180, a senior, gains about 6. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4. There's a good shot of Pamphile and Ignacio in their new uniforms this year, and I really like them.
And Gavin Beeman was in on the tackle, Dan. That shows you how active he is on the defensive side. And right now it's kind of I talked to Coach Thompson, because we want to keep him in 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8s, and right now it's about a 3rd and 2, Dan.
Yeah,
so
they marked it a little until I get a better look at some of these lines, Steve, because we're on a field here today with some dirt in the middle, and it's not one of those cool new field turf fields.
They're going to be
they're short, yeah.
They're going to be short, Dan, and Sam Briggs was in on that. I'm sorry, Dan, didn't mean to interrupt you there.
That's all right.
But a great play, and it's about 4th and about, well, you know,
the
like
slice of pie you had yesterday. 4th and the slice of pie you had yesterday.
No, that was about 3 yards.
4th and 1, we're going to call it after that. That was Wasali with the carry. They're going for it, and they hand off to Wasali, and Wasali just powers himself through. Gain of about 4 for a first down.
Mike, we don't punt a Vakovich.
Yeah, that's what he told us. He told us that last time. We don't punt.
Okay.
It's on his cards that he hands out. We don't punt.
There he is right there, Dan, and the first time. And look at Pamphile here. Look at.
That's Wasali.
Well, Wasali, I'm sorry, but it looks like he's playing a little bit of push the bug in the dirt. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh, nice play that time with the fake. And the handoff is to Pamphile. See, that's what they do, Steve. They get you thinking hot potato pitch, and then they run a counter back to the left side. But just a short gain that time. It'll be a second down.
Jason G was in on that, Dan. Big number 59 right now. And there he is. There's
That's Coach.
There's Coach. Yeah.
I asked him this
General
week.
Patton?
He called, and we're going to tell you a little something here later, Steve. He gave me some information, but I said, what are you doing tonight? I said, I'm taking my wife to the movies. I said, what movie? Jarhead.
Oh,
I
boy.
Said, the only one you could star in it.
Can't you see that? They should have, yeah.
Here's Lawson, a 1,000-yard rusher this year for the Warriors, and he gains about 6. Once again, going to bring up a 3rd and 1, and this is what Ignacio does to you. They'll just grind it out, and they'll get 3 or 4 here, a couple here, 4th down, 4th and 1. This looks like the opening drive against Clayton Valley.
Oh,
in that
absolutely,
game
Dan. And right here, you're going to have I think that's number 10, Dan. Am I mistaken? No, that is number 10 on the tackle. Let's give him some kudos, Dan.
Massey, Dan Massey.
Massey was in on. Big Dan Massey, 6'2", 200-pound senior.
Lawson rushed for 1,182 yards and 14 touchdowns. That looked like Pamphile, but he didn't get there, and it's right back to the 4th and 1 situation again.
Yeah, and Coach's philosophy is this. It's third. I mean, it's 2nd and 4 or whatever he goes. If I can't get 4 yards on 2 plays, he just continues to grind it out. And it's a time-consuming offense, Dan. It takes time off the clock. The only negative thing about this offense, it's really tough to play catch-up with.
That's right. If you get behind by a couple touchdowns, it's hard to get back in it. There's a handoff. That was Wasali, and Wasali pushes the pile ahead for a first down on a gain of about 4. So if you wanted to bottle up the Ignacio Valley offense and show someone in 50 years, this is a drive you could show. And they don't change a lot, Steve.
And Dan, it's like, you should have a union card to play for this team because they're just laboring. They come on out. They say, we're at work. They all bring their lunch pals, and they show up, and they say, let's get it on. It's smash mouth football. I love it.
Right at midfield here from the 50-yard line, which is basically the same thing, right, Steve? Midfield from the 50-yard line.
Dan, you're the brains. I'm just here for the burritos from the Mecca,
Lawson, gain of 5. Well, the Grey Cup is this weekend in the CFL up in Vancouver. And, of course, midfield's the 55-yard line in the CFL. So just for those of you, and, of course, in arena football, the 25-yard line, just not to confuse any of you. But here outdoors at the 50-yard line, we were midfield. Now we're at the 45. So Ignacio Valley just driving right down the field.
Another day at the office, Dan. Here we go.
The thing that kills them is turnovers.
Yeah.
They turn the ball over because they have to handle it a lot, and they have to run a lot of plays. Here's Lawson, and Lawson breaks free for a first down, gains 10. Massey was back there with number 4, Brett Kelly, to make the tackle.
Yep. And here it is right now, Dan. And early on, here's the replay right now, Dan. Early on, you got to like Bittencourt, Duncan, Roach, Becerra, and Langevin. Langevin.
You were close.
God, I skipped them. See, I skipped them. I wanted to go back and after whatever. Go ahead, Dan.
From the 35-yard line.
Speech therapy is not helping me.
3rd first down for Ignacio on this drive. Here's the pitch to Lawson. And Lawson picking his way through, has some running room. He's down inside the 10, makes a cutback, touchdown! Touchdown Ygnacio on the first drive of the game, 35 yards. And just like that, Steve, they kind of picked at it, they played some smash mouth, and then Lawson made the big play, and Ignacio Valley's on the board. They lead 6-0.
Dan, what you're going to like about this play, what you're going to see is big after the kick, Dan, what you're going to like, big Al Becerra down field threw a big John Hanna block on somebody, just pancaked him. You're going to like the replay.
John Hannon, I remember him, New England Patriots.
Oh, one of the best all-time linemen of all time.
Sadehi on, Okhtari is the holder. The kick is up, and it's good, 7-0. Here's a replay.
And Dan, this is all happening up on the front. I just mentioned the kids' names. They're doing yeoman work right here, Dan. It's off the left side. Now, what's 73 here, Dan?
Oh, Becerra, yeah.
Yeah, and thank you very much, Mr. Lawson. You got to take them out. Where do they go, Dan? They go to Taco Bell? Huh?
Maybe, Wendy's.
Yeah, Wendy's or somewhere. You owe them a couple burritos from Taco Bell. Good job.
9-play, 75-yard drive, 7-0 Ignacio. Now we'll see the Acalanes offense here for you. But folks, while we have an opportunity here on the break, let's take a look at the Acalanes and Ignacio Valley seasons for you. Here's Acalanes, of course. Two of their 3 losses, Steve, two of the nuttiest football games ever played. College Park was the field goal where they got blocked and returned on the last play of the game. Dublin, they went to double overtime and lost. And then, of course, they lost Alhambra. But beat O'Dowd last week and are very solid 8-3. Ignacio Valley, their losses are to some very, we'll do this after the kick,
okay,
but you'll see Ignacio, of course, they lose to some really big teams. The one that I can specifically think of is the Big Green Machine. Beat them a few weeks ago. Here's a nice bounce on that kickoff taken by one of the up men, number 31, that's Alex Richmond, and he still has the ball, but Akhtari puts an end to that madness at about the 34-yard line. Here's the Acalanes offense for you, 4-yard return on that squib kick. Beeman the quarterback, Connor Ring and Charles Updegraff in the backfield. We talked about Massey on defense. He goes both ways, as well as Cole Adcock. Scott Emery's the tight end. But that's the Ignacio Valley defense for you folks. We have the Acalanes line for you real quick. There it is, Durgan, McGlynn, Ballesteri, Brazzoni, and Kephart, who's the kicker. We're missing the center on that one, Steve, and the center is
for Acalanes?
Jason G.
And he goes both ways, Dan.
Here's Beeman on first down, play action, rolling, and he can run with the ball. And Becerra, who's one of the better linemen going both ways in this area, takes him out of bounds after a 5-yard gain. Here's the Ignacio Valley offense for you. Excuse me, defense for you. Yep. Becerra we just saw him from his end spot. DeAndre Douglas, who also plays basketball, is on that line with Chris Pettit. Gary Grafford, also a basketball player.
Yep.
And we'll see them in the winter's time. Easter, Pamphile, and Wasali are the linebackers with Hernan Hernandez, one of the great names.
Yep.
Ken Sensing, Akhtari, and Munger are the defensive backfield for Mike Ivankovich, and his defensive coordinator is Darren Michaels, who went to school, graduated with him. They also played with Chris Walsh, and were around the time of Big Eric Bamberger was at that school. Yep. So they're all buddies.
They're all buddies, and if they're going back that far, they're the same time when Lee Michaels and Frosty was playing over in the city. Damn, you went and seen a few times.
Actually, that would have been more like almost in 67.
I don't know. I'm just throwing something out there. I'm lonely over here, Dan.
You had a little time.
Had a little time. And I guess they moved him back 5, Dan? Is that what's happened? Looks like we got a second and about 8. Yes. It looked like he picked up about 6. There must have been a little
procedure penalty.
Procedure penalty kind of moved him back.
Short gain by Ring. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7. Here's the Ignacio Valley season for you, Steve. As we take a look at it, there's Gary Grafford in the picture. He's a big part of it. They started a week early and actually had a bye late in the season. But their losses, we saw the one to Clayton Valley, and that's the worst game they played, according to Coach Ivankovich.
Yep.
And then the other 2 losses to the big powers in the Pittsburgh and De La Salle. So we know Ignacio Valley can get with it, beat everyone else pretty handily this year.
Yep, and if I ain't mistaken, that 21 points might have been the most scored against De La Salle all year. I could be wrong. I probably am. I'm putting
Mission Viejo.
Mission Viejo. See, I knew I was wrong. I just like testing you once in a while.
I'll put it, it's probably the most scored by a team that wasn't in the top 10 in the country. How's that? DeAndre Douglas on the defensive line takes down Beeman. It's going to bring up a 4th down. So this is going to be now. I don't know if they have the same philosophy, Steve. The we don't punt philosophy. It looks like they are going to punt.
No, they're going to punt. They're going to play field position. They don't want to give them the ball right down here. They want to see how they can respond to the second time YV has it. On the second down play, the mistake they did, they ran at Becerra, and it looks like Becerra's had his weenies today, Dan.
Yes. Maybe a couple bowls. Kephart's the punter. Line drive kick, and that's going to take a nice bounce.
Oh, real nice bounce.
Wow. This is going all the way down to the 5-yard line. That ball, Steve, was kicked from the 40. That's a 55-yard punt, no return. Let's say hi to the great friends of the program for the first time tonight on the Comcast High School Football Game of the Week. Don't forget that we couldn't bring you these games without our great friends of the program, Rocco's Ristorani and Pizzeria in Walnut Creek, Contra Costa Clean Water Program, and Mr. Funnelhead, Velocity Sports Performance, Brennan Theaters at Concord and Pittsburgh, Hertz Equipment Rental, Peacock Expressions Gallery, and that'll do it for you. By the way, Steve, in the mix, yours, mine, and ours, Just Friends, Rent, The Ice Harvest, Harry Potter, Walk the Line, all at the Brennan Theaters. As here's a handoff to Lawson, and Lawson goes head-to-head with Massey and gains 10 on a first down.
And right now, early, Dan, what it looks like is YV's winning the battle up front. They're moving them back. And this is what they do, Dan. You know, they're playing 9 in the box, and they still just do that hot potato pitch, and they get results.
The Dons are seeking to make the 2A final for the first time since 2002, Steve. We brought you that game, and they lost to Las Lomas. They've lost in the semifinals the past 2 years.
There's a ball on the ground, Dan. No, he got it. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Daniel. Do your thing.
That was Havens with a little keeper and a short gain. Ygnacio Valley, Steve, this would be their first championship game since winning the 3A title in '99. They lost in the first round in 02 and 04, and the semis in 2000 and 2001. Actually, I believe in 2003 was that one year they did not make the playoffs, one of the few times under Coach Ivankovic that they had.
Well, you know, Dan, that was they only needed a half a yard for a first down, so Havens just picked it up, moved the chains, and now we got a first down.
I thought he had a first down. Looked like the spot, but we're kind of at a weird angle here. That's the first carry that I can remember on our broadcast by Mark Kalinowski. There he is, number 40. He was hurt the last time we saw the Warriors. And he's picking some mud out. There was a little bit of rain out here this morning, but the field's in pretty good shape.
Right. Killamowski, it's good to see him back playing again, you know.
It's good to see Kalinowski, too.
What's it say right here? What's that say right there?
That's not you. It's over here. See, Kalinowski. That's Killamasi. That is, that's Mr. Pongia's first name.
Okay, gotcha. You know what the problem is? I ate too much food yesterday. That's what's going on.
Here's Lawson. And Lawson just picks his way through. Another first down, gain of about 8. And this is just Ygnacio Valley's greatest hits.
Yeah, I mean, here you are. Here comes Beeman, number 3, Dan, on defense. He's going to shut it down. And look at this coming at you. Look at
that. It looks like a battle royal on Monday night.
Absolutely. There you go.
Look at that. Lawson, 8 carries, 74 yards and a touchdown already here in the first quarter. And the clock just moving right along very nicely for all you people.
For YV.
Yeah, 3:44 to go first quarter. From about the 30-yard line, this is Kalinowski. And he gains about 3. See, Steve, this is what I want to point out to you because you brought it up.
Okay.
Masi Pongia and Numi Lolahea are Tongan, okay?
Okay.
And they wanted me to tell you that they actually have their real first names are Killamasi Pongia and Nanumi Lolahea. So they went and looked up your name as we see the replay right here. And you know what your name is in Tongan?
Oh, my God. What is it?
Staveni Sanchez.
Staveni?
And you know what that means?
What?
Big round guy.
Really? Oh, my God.
That's what it means. Staveni Sanchez. Here's Lawson. And Lawson has another first down on another gain of 8. And Massey's the tackler. And we've seen that play about 3 times so far.
Staveni Sanchez.
I'm not lying to you. That's why Coach Ivankovic called me on Tuesday. Said, I got Steve's first name in Tongan for you, Staveni. Big round guy.
Well, you know, I'll take Savini because somebody go, you know, it's better than somebody go, hey, big round guy, how are you? I'm like, hey, man, come on, you hurt my feelings here. Here we go, Dan.
From the 42. And once again, hot potato pitch. Lawson running wild in the backfield again. Gains 11. First down. Massey makes the tackle. And, Steve, we could just run this on a loop.
Oh, absolutely. And right now you're seeing why Lawson's a 1,000-yard gainer, Dan. He's kind of a slashy guy. You know what I mean? And, you know, the thing is right here, Dan, it's truly amazing. It's just running of the bulls, releasing the hounds.
Your greatest hits.
My greatest hits, and you could probably throw, you know, a couple other things in there, but it's just here they come.
From the 47, there's the HTP to Pamphile, and he just runs ahead for about 6. And I'll tell you, this is Ignacio Valley 101. You're just watching it, right? You're not doing anything. They're not shocking any. Although, Steve, they probably will here at one point in the second quarter when no one expects it, throw a pass for a 69-yard touchdown.
Yeah. And you know the thing about it, you talk to any coach, you go, so coach, what's the key to the win? They look at you, what do you think the key is? Stop the run.
We have to stop this
the run. How's
crazy
that?
offense.
Yeah.
This time a straight handoff to Lawson, slips a little bit in the backfield, and then he's tackled at the line of scrimmage. Finished off there by number 78, and we know that name from the past, Nick Brazzoni. His brother played here.
Great wide receiver.
I think he was the tight end, but close.
Like he was related to the what? But go ahead. You know, so far, I didn't hit a deer on the way here, so things are going good.
There you go.
I made it here without hitting an animal.
I think it was either his brother or his cousin. And then there's another one. There's Vince, number 40, brought up from the JV. So a lot of Brazzonis over there in Lafayette. Here's the hot potato pitch, Lawson. And Lawson is going to be very close to a first down. It'll depend on the spot.
I think that's going to move it, Dan. It looked like he passed it right there. And big number 78 for Acalanes was in on the tackle, Dan.
That's
Brazzoni again.
And it's Ted. He's over at Cal right now. At the oldest of the Brazzonis.
Right. And, hey, I got something right, Dan. I said he got a first down. He moved the chains. I feel like Al McGuire up here.
So it's, what, 6-1 right now?
Oh, well, like I'm going to catch you.
12 carries, 100 yards already for Lawson in the first quarter.
First quarter, wow. Unbelievable.
Inside 1 minute, Ignacio leads 7-0. The winner of this game plays the winner of the Miramonte-Dublin game next week at Los Lomas High School. We'll have that game for you here on Comcast. There's Pamphile, and Pamphile gains a couple. And, Steve, we're almost done with the first quarter. I think the quarters went by quicker than the pregame introductions went by.
And we got Mass. He looks like he's on the ground. They're slow getting up, Dan. Number 10. But here you go. Right here. Let's see what happens to 10. Maybe on the back leg or.
You got kind of twisted
it looked
around.
Like his ankle might have got. You know, Bohannon was in on that, and here he comes. It looks like an ankle injury, so he's gonna, and that's a big loss for him. He's really a good player, been solid to the program, a great student, and
he's nice to his mom.
He's nice to his mom. He really is, and he likes watching the Wiggles with his niece. Early morning on Saturdays.
There you go. This could be the last play of the first quarter. And once again, the little pitch to Lawson. And, Steve, when you have like 6 guys running out in front of you, you're usually going to gain some positive yards.
Yep.
So Lawson over 100 yards here in the first quarter. We're going to have to wait and see. It's going to be real close, but I think that'll be the last play. We're now inside of 10 seconds, and that will be the last play here of the first quarter. Wow, that went by quick. 7-0 Ignacio. They're driving, and we'll be back with second quarter action after this on Comcast.
Looking for quality equipment rental with a helpful, friendly staff? Hertz Equipment Rental of Pacheco has over 4,100 pieces of reliable equipment to choose from, ready for delivery. Or if you're looking to purchase equipment, check out our pre-owned equipment sales list for super bargains on well-maintained pre-owned equipment. With Hertz, you have the right tool to get the job done. That's Hertz Equipment Rental at their new location, 30 South Buchanan Circle in Pacheco. Call Hertz today, 925-680-0316.
It doesn't matter what sport you play. It doesn't matter what position you play. It doesn't matter whether you're turning pro or just starting out. It doesn't even matter how old you are. If you want to maximize your potential, you need Velocity Sports Performance. Velocity Sports Performance. Maximize your potential. We guarantee it.
Quality fine art, collectibles, and framing. Peacock Expressions Gallery of Antioch has it all. A wide variety of custom framing to fit everyone's needs. A certified showcase gallery with unique art from Thomas Kincaid, Lenox Classics, Franz, Thomas Blackshear, Armani, Bradford Exchange, and more. From original art to posters, worldwide, national, and quality local art, where quality does not have to break the bank. Find that special gift for that special someone.
You know, Coach Ygnacio, his assistants Michaels and Wade, you know, they're all YV grads. All these guys went to school there. They played football there. Now they're coaching there. In fact, the whole staff is a staff full of blue bloods. Incredible loyalty here to this program. And it just goes to show you the apple never falls too far from the tree. And as we look at that matchup earlier, that YV rush defense against the Dons rush defense against the YV rush offense, it looks like so far the early returns all YV.
Start of the second quarter, quick pitch, Lawson, and Lawson's taken off his feet. A nice tackle that time by number 3, Gavin Beeman, who's played a lot more defensively than offensively, Steve. All but 1 minute and 30 seconds in the first quarter, Ygnacio had the ball. Just a 7-0 lead. Let me ask you a little bit of strategy.
Okay, then.
If they still only have a 7-0 lead. They still have about 30 yards to go. At this point now, aren't you really got to try to work on a turnover, work on a fumble? They've had the ball a lot. They got to be getting a little fatigued. This is where you got to try to get the ball back.
Yeah, I think the word you hit, Dan, is fatigue, because what you realize, the longer you're on there and they keep the ball, your defense is going to get run down.
And here's a 4th down. Here's a handoff. This is Kalinowski around in. Massey has a hold of him and he drags him back. And I don't think he got there, Steve. I think Massey saved it. I think Massey saved it.
Let's see what they spot it. That's short, Dan. They're turning the ball over.
They put a little wrinkle into that handoff on an end around type of situation here. You can watch it here.
Let's watch it right here. It's going to be short, Dan. They're going to move. They're chasing. And what a great determination tackle by Massey. Look at this right here. And that's, Dan, what I'm telling you they need him for. That is the heart, one of the heart and soul. He bleeds blue. And wait a minute, the other side bleeds blue too. So everybody's bleeding blue.
We're all
tonight,
bleeding
Dan.
blue.
You know what, Dan? I need to, like, is there a place somebody can talk to me for halftime? Maybe I come back and do a better job. Go ahead, Daniel.
We'll send someone out to Starbucks for a latte for you or something.
I think that's why you guys keep me around. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, okay, whatever.
You do fine. And there's a look at the nice crowd out here tonight.
Nice crowd,
the night after Thanksgiving. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving.
Happy holidays,
Just want to let you kind of know, next week, the game we will have for you will be the 2A game. And we'll kind of give you an update. We're going to hope to do maybe the games in Oakland. We don't know yet.
Right.
Those would be shown the following week.
Right.
So we're going to show you next week the 2A championship game. And as we mentioned, it will either be the winner of this game, obviously, it'll be one of the teams, and Miramani and Dublin. And you can see Graffert right there. Now, here's some of the stats on Graffert, Steve. Graffert was the defensive first teamer last year, and the top tight end at the Cal camp, and that's in an offense that doesn't pass.
Right.
So imagine how good he's going to be when they actually throw to him.
Well, I remember last time we had him against Clayton Valley, he was just everywhere.
Yeah,
he was in the mix on everything. But he's a great player, and you get the ball on offense, and then you realize, heck, they're good on defense too. So Coach I does a great job. All these coaches do.
That's Bohannon. And nowhere. Pettit, you see there's a flag, and a flag comes in.
Yep.
By the way, Graffert, Douglas, Butterfield, and Havens, all starters here, all play basketball for Coach Hansen over there. They'll be starting to play here. I'm sure he's sitting around going, God, I want him to win, but I'd like to have him back for a little practice.
Can I have my power forwards back?
Yes.
There's a face mask, Dan, and that's going to help him. And, Dan, right now, for me, this drive is so big because you do not want to get that ball right back to them and get your defense on the field. Those guys need to get their rest over there. So, for me right here, I think you're going to see them maybe throwing the ball a little bit because they're realizing with Graffert and Becerra, they're not going to do a lot of running up front. So, I think you're going to have to do a bunch of stuff to change it and mix it up, Dan. Let's see what happens.
Well, both of these teams, Steve, score a lot, averaging Ygnacio 32.3 a game, Acalanes 31. Give up around the same, 15 for YV, 17.4 a game. And that ball, that could be a lateral, and I believe it is, and a turnover.
Yep.
So that ball was dropped. It was a lateral behind the quarterbacks, behind that line, kind of invisible line there for those of you that follow the game. And it's recovered by Pamphile, and a turnover here. And now Ignacio's in business here, Steve, down near the 20-yard line.
And let's watch it. We're going to get a good look at right here. It's a two-step drop. Watch this, Dan. You're going to see it's backwards. And that is a great call. And right there, it's just, boy, they didn't need that down at this end of the field. So they're going to have to button up their chin strap and really get tough right here.
Connor Ring was the intended receiver, kind of handcuffed him with a high toss that time. And now Ygnacio Valley has the ball back. Hot potato pitch. This is Lawson. People ask us sometimes, Steve, why we call it the hot potato pitch, because if you watch, it looks like a hot potato. He grabs it and just tosses it, like when you go, oh, my fingers are burning with that hot potato. And it's funny because I always didn't want to be, embarrass any of the guys. No. But I talked to Coach Ygnacio this year. He goes, you'll see the hot potato pitch. I knew if he used it, it was okay for us to use it. There's Kalinowski.
Another flag, Dan.
Short gain, but a flag came in,
Yep.
and I bet you it's a hold on Ygnacio.
It might be, and Sam Briggs was in on that. And Briggs has been pretty active. He was on the opening kickoff on a special team. Didn't get a chance of missing him, so he's got his name in the mix here a couple times. And you're absolutely right. Again, Dan 11, me 1.
There you go. Mike Ivankovich, we mentioned, Darren Michaels, Matt Wade, Scott Barnett, Gavin Owens, George Streeter. These guys have been there a long time. Rob Tomlinson.
Right.
And Danny Hartwig, who played in 75 at Ignacio and went to BYU, Cal, Lutheran, and was in some pro camps. He's a police officer in Walnut Creek, a great softball player. I played against him a few times and watched balls fly over my head a number of times with him in there. Josh Davis, the JV coach. Carolyn Plath is the principal at Ignacio Valley, and Mario Ballesteri, the athletic director for the Warriors in the BVAL. And here's a handoff. That's number 4. That's the name of the night, Piaki Waseli. Say that 5 times, Steve.
Say my name some 5 times. My new one right now.
Steveni.
Yeah.
There you go.
Big round guy, 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 big round guy. Hey, Dan, I got a question for you. Here's a trivia.
All right.
Is there more YV cheerleaders, or is there more bowl games that's going to be coming up? That's the thing. You need to let me know, and I got the numbers.
I think
so. You need to let me know.
More bowl games.
Okay, you're right again, because there's 28 bowl games and 26 cheerleaders.
So 12 to 1.
12 to 1.
Hey, here's that pass, Steve. Havens throws, has a receiver. Oh, what a collision. That was the collision of the 3s. Pamphile and Beeman won that one. Wow.
And Dan, I'll tell you what, that's the second hit that Beeman has leveled. That was really a big hit. We didn't give him much kudos on the first time, but this is the one that takes everybody's breath away in the crowd. Watch this right here, Dan. He times it perfect, and this right here is just big-time smash mouth.
Man.
And you can't catch that ball. You can't catch it. There's no way.
That's the old decleating right there, Steve. That's a decleater right there. And Acalanes' defense is tightened up here, 4th down. Havens, straight drop. You don't see this a lot in their offense.
Oh, this is set up.
Lawson.
This is set up.
Lawson breaks outside, breaks a tackle, and Lawson is in. Touchdown, 25 yards. And that is a heartbreaker for Acalanes, because that is not a play you think they're going to score a touchdown.
And Dan, what you're going to like about this, again, another great block downfield, Dan, by number 19 for YV, Daniel.
There isn't a 19.
Well,
we'll check it out on the replay.
Maybe I got the number wrong.
Maybe it was a great play because no one else saw 19.
But we're gonna have to see, Dan. But I thought it was 19. But I'm getting old in my vision.
We'll check it out for you.
Sadehi
on to attempt the extra point. Kick is up and right down the middle. It's good. 14-0 Ignacio. 25-yard pass from Havens to Lawson. Lawson having an unbelievable first half.
Absolutely.
All right, here is the replay, and we'll try to pick up that number for you, Steve.
And it's going to be right about the 5-yard line, Dan. But this was set up a mile away, and this is a great scissor. Look at this ahead of you. Look at that. You know what's there, Dan?
59.
No. Right up here. Right. There's the block right there that got him in. And if that ain't 19, it's 12.
It's number 12, David Munger, who plays a lot on defense, not a lot on offense, and he made a good block for you. Good call, Steve.
Yeah.
You were close. You were in the teams.
Yeah, it looked like a 9, Dan, and but it's kind of hard for us up here. But right here, it's set up, and you can see from the scissors lift. And guys, great camera work, guys.
Beeman
Good
missed
job.
the tackle.
Yeah, right here. Watch this. Boom.
Oh, great.
Yep. Just sealed the corner for him, Dan. Ran to the pylon. He got 6. It's 13-0 Acalanes.
It's 14-0 Ignacio
Did they
Valley.
kick extra point already? I just said today, Dan, 15.
Steve. Unbelievable. So 14-0, and that's where Ignacio kills you. You don't expect him. Havens looks very comfortable passing him. I'm kind of surprised he doesn't let him throw a little bit more.
Well, Dan, you know what? Why? Your game plan as YV is this here. It's straight up, Dan. We're going to come at you, we're going to beat you up, and we're going to stay with this the whole time. And then he'll throw 4 or 5 in, and it's usually successful.
But this guy of Ignacio quarterbacks he just looks more comfortable than most that you see. Now here's Beeman again. Beeman also returns kicks. They run a little reverse. Now Ring has the ball, and Ring makes a cut, and he's still on his feet. And then a big gang of Warriors there meets him at about the 22-yard line. One thing, Steve, tonight, trying to figure out the yard line markers. It's not fun. Amorosa Antique and Floral, Diablo Auto Sales, Jeffrey Hogue, Doctor of Dentistry, GamePod Combat Airsoft, Antioch Opticians, Images at 3 Hair Salon, Recovery Carpet Care, great friends of the program with White and Annoni Doctors of Dentistry, Roger Fernando, who's on the Acalanes sidelines today as an assistant coach, the 19th Hole Casino Randy's Carpet Care, New Mecca Cafe, thanks for the crew meal guys, Bridgehead Self Storage, Rock Bottom Records, the new Darkness record comes out on Tuesday. You remember the Darkness from a couple of years ago?
And Matt Pulser was in on that tackle, Dan, the last one for YV.
There you go. Hey, Beeman to throw on first down. That pass is tipped line of scrimmage, intended for Massey, incomplete. So you are seeing, like I mentioned earlier, Steve, this is like when an old band goes on tour and they play all their greatest hits.
Right.
This is what you're seeing from Ignacio Valley tonight. You're just seeing like the best of Ignacio Valley.
And big number 92, DeAndre Douglas, 6'3", 275-pound senior. And I heard he ate 3 turkeys yesterday.
Well, if he'd have been at your house, he only had 2 because you would have eaten 1.
Oh, man, we smoked one, we cooked one. And then we just shot one just for the heck of it.
Just went out and slaughtered another one. Those poor turkeys, they have a bad day. Here's a pass, and it's out in the flat, and it's incomplete. It was intended for number 31, Alex Richmond. There's Alex in the picture. And Acalanes struggling on offense, Steve. Haven't played terribly defensively, but you know, when you have those turnovers like that, and you give Ygnacio a short field, they're going to get 30 or 40 yards. So if you give them the ball in the 30, they're probably going to score.
Absolutely, Dan. And big number 73, Becerra. I think
Becerra's a stud.
He just got his hand on it, kind of misguided.
How many turkeys did he eat yesterday?
Well, Becerra actually, he didn't eat no turkeys, but he ate 19 pies. He's a dessert guy, Daniel.
He's a dessert guy. 3rd and 10. Beeman in big trouble. Breaks free. And Beeman with a nice gain. He's going to be close to a first down. It's going to depend on the spot, Steve.
It's going to be a little short, Dan, and I'll tell you what. At this juncture, I'm going to go for it if I'm Coach Thomas.
They're actually giving it to him.
Wow.
Gain of 10.
Okay. Dan, 16. Steve, 1.
Here's
Watch
the
replay right here. And this is just
it's a
great
jailbreak.
determination on his part. And you know what? He's trying to do something for the Dons right here, Dan. They're just saying, hey, we cannot give the ball back here. And regardless, with 8:17 to go, if they come down and get one, they're right back in this thing. You know, Dan, that's the thing. You cannot give up hope, not the season you've had.
Ring. He's battling.
Yep.
But I'll tell you, both of these teams, Steve, this is smash mouth football, physical football. There's going to be some guys going home and sitting in the hot tub after tonight's game. Gain of about 4.
And Mr. Douglas was in on that. And that ring's got to be related to Bill Ring. He looks just like Bill Ring the way he used to run for the Niners back in the early 80s.
We'll have to check on that.
You know, I mean, he looks just like him. It could be wrong. Small, compact legs. He's a Sagittarius who likes gardening.
Steve, you did your homework this week. Here's Ring, the Sagittarius. Right now, you know what he doesn't like right now, Steve? Ignacio Valley Warriors, because they are all over him, but then a late flag. I think this is going to be a personal foul against Ignacio.
It is, Dan, and I can tell you right now that David Munger, number 12, was the only guy who wasn't in on that tackle. Face mask. Because, you know, there was like 9 guys around. Somebody got dirty in there.
Someone did, you know. But a penalty, and it's going to be a first down for Acalanes. Moving the ball here finally here. About halfway through the second quarter, 14-0 Ignacio. The winner gets the winner of the Miramonte-Dublin game. That game will be played tomorrow night, Steve, over at Miramonte High School. Also in the 3A bracket tonight, a big game down at Tacfadena Stadium in Fremont. Irvington against Granada. The winner of that game gets the winner of the Los Lomas-San Ramon game, and that'll be and we're all the way out to the 50-yard line.
Yes, we
and
are,
also
Dan.
tonight, De La Salle and Foothill go. The winner plays Monte Vista San Leandro next week at the Oakland Coliseum.
And Darren Michaels, the defense coordinator, was going crazy on that call, Dan.
Beeman runs the option, goes around the left side, and is tackled after a 2-yard gain.
Let's go with number 37, Dan, in on that.
And, well, Graffert was actually there.
Like I said, Dan, 17. Let's watch the replay right here, Dan. Maybe I can prove you wrong. We're not going to get it because you're probably right. But, Dan, did you have a nice Thanksgiving? You and your family?
It was nice, yes. Other than the 3 hours I spent watching the Sharks.
And they won?
No, they lost.
Again? I thought they won.
18-1.
18-1. First half.
Yeah. They lost 3-2. It's getting old. Hopefully we'll win in San Jose on Saturday night. Beeman to throw. Over the middle. Throws for Massey.
Nice.
Oh, Massey makes the catch.
Nice.
And a penalty flag as it was in front of Aaron Akhtari. It's a first down, a gain of about 18. That would be the 3rd first down of the first half. Let's wait and see. Now, if this is pass interference, it'll be declined. If it's a personal foul, though, they can tack it on at the end of this. And this is really going to give Acalanes good field position.
And, you know, Dan, they're coming back like true champions. I like to see this in a team. And you can see And right there, they're going, are we going to Applebee's? Or are we going to be going to
Applebee's
Chili's?
is over here.
You know,
Chili's is over
here.
here.
Where are we going, guys? Hey, Dan, now you see why Massey, when he went down, I said that's a big loss for them. You can see the contribution he's done since he's came back with that little ankle injury. He's a very important part of that whole Don scheme over there.
Well, if they score, Steve, they'll make it a close game. And Acalanes' 3 losses this season have come by an average of less than 5 points.
Right.
Ignacio is 8-0 when they score first, though. So right now it's looking pretty good for the Warriors. Now, that penalty is declined because it came, I think they called it interference.
And that's a good call.
Yep.
He was right on him right before the ball got there. That's a great flag right there. And here come the Dons. Do your thing, Dan. I'm feeling warm. I'm warming up, Dan. I think I'm starting to come back.
Go ahead. You're doing well.
Do I get a point for that?
No.
Dang.
You know, Steve, the yard markers here, it's almost.
I know it, Dan.
I think it's
really
about the ball's at around the 30. How's that for you? Beeman to throw. Looks downfield. He's looking for Adcock, and he was running with 4 Warriors. That's usually defensive feels good when they have 4 defenders and 1 guy down there, but he threw it so no one could catch it, which was a good pass, and it's incomplete. Bring up a second down here.
He just did a corner route, Dan. He went down and kind of did a little head fake towards the post. Right here, you're going to see he's going to go to the corner. It's not a bad throw. Watch where this ends up. It's a good idea, and they just didn't pull it off, but it's close. He was right there in the vicinity of the area.
He was in the vicinity of the area.
Yes, sir.
And thank you. That's why we have you here.
Well, Dan, do your thing.
Until I see you and Tom Arnold in the same photo, I'm going to believe that we have one of the great comedians of our time here in the booth. Play action again. Beeman has time, and now he's going to run. And Beeman, he gets hammered. Graffert was there.
Yep.
Wasale was there. And your buddy, number 37, Mike Pearson, you wanted to get him in on a tackle. He was there that time.
Mike Pearson was in on that. And this is what he does, Dan. And he takes a hard hit, but I'll tell you what. He takes a hitting and keeps on licking or licking and hitting.
Take a licking and keep on ticking.
Dan, 19, Steve 1.
You're going to need another piece of paper.
Yeah, I'm going uphill. But what a great athlete, Dan. I really like this kid at the quarterback position. Very optional.
And that's good for a guy running the option.
It is.
No gain on 3rd down as Ring went into the line. Graffert was there alongside number 56, Scott Langevin. And it's going to bring up a 4th down. This is a big play for Acalanes.
Thank you, Daniel. That's just what I was going to say. With 5:24 and counting in the first half, they really need to pick this up, Dan. And we want them to pick it up because we want a good game.
That's right. Absolutely.
And we're just pulling. We like kids on both sides. We have no hidden agenda, except that Avekovic scares us.
Yes, sometimes. Don't forget to purchase your copy of this game. UPS shipping included, $25. Call 933-6264. Send us an email at gameoftheweek@comcast.net. Timeout on the field. We're going to take a 1-minute break, and we'll be right back. Ygnacio leads 14-0.
Great Mexican food, home of the famous margarita, and fun and food in a festive environment. That's Celia's of Antioch. For over 30 years, Celia's has served specialties like fajita supreme, camarones a la ranchera, and other great Mexican food that has brought people from around the area to eat. Every Thursday night is live music from Trio and Saturday night mariachis. That's Celia's of Antioch for great Mexican food. Since 1980, Fresky Air Systems Incorporated has been keeping Contra Costa cool and comfortable. With an expert crew of technicians and staff, let Fresky be your indoor comfort professionals. Our Lennox Signature home comfort systems are designed to deliver efficient and economical air and heat for your individual needs. Air conditioning to heating, duct cleaning to emergency service calls, Fresky has you covered. From the homeowner to the commercial world, Fresky Air Systems Incorporated. Reliable and trusted service since 1980.
Great shot from the scissor lift here at Mount Diablo High School. 14-0 Ignacio. 2A semifinal. Next week, the championship game will be held over at the great new field at Las Lomas High School, and we will be there to bring it to you. Hertz Equipment Rental in Pacheco. Thanks, guys, for the scissor lift as we get ready for a big 4th down play. 4th and about 3 from the 22-yard line. And a handoff to Bohannon, it looks like, and he didn't get there.
It's going to depend on the spot, Dan.
Yep.
It's going to depend on the spot. They're probably going to have to mark it. I don't think he got there, Dan.
I don't think he did either.
No.
And a gain of 2 is not enough, and so Ygnacio holds here, and that's a huge play.
Huge play.
With just 4:58 to go here in the first half, Ygnacio with their offense could just about run the clock out with their big double wing offense here.
And big number 4, Dan. Waseli, number 4. Let's watch number 4, Waseli, Dan. Right here to the right. Watch him fill that gap right there. He's the reason they didn't get the first down.
Lawson, who has 110 yards in the first half, adds to that total here on first down with a gain of 7. Steve, I wanted to mention something to you. Beeman this week was named the recipient here in Contra Costa County of the National Football Foundation and College Hall of Fame Scholarship, along with Freedom's Nathan Lawless. Past winners of that award, Drew Bennett and Aaron Taylor.
Okay.
Drew Bennett, of course,
congratulations to him.
Is a receiver for the Tennessee Titans. Aaron Taylor, a host on college football on ABC, and also played at De La Salle, Notre Dame, and with the Green Bay Packers.
And ended up with San Diego Chargers, but he did get himself a ring with the Packers.
And that's going to be very close to a first down. They got it. And so Ygnacio just rolling right along. See, just like rolling on the river. Remember that song? 10 first downs in the first half for Ignacio Valley.
And kind of like, really, with Ike and Tina, they're really beating up the dogs right now, Dan.
Great segue, Steve. Here's Havens to throw. Oh, he threw over the middle.
Yep.
That was intended for number 3, Marcus Pamphile, and it's incomplete. I like Havens as a quarterback.
Oh, I do. You know what? He looks very comfortable back there, And you know what, Dan? You remember the first time we seen him? Kind of looked, he's come a long way this year. He's, and that's what you want as a coach. You want to see your kids improve as you go along. Obviously, both these teams improved because they're here. But the first time with Clayton Valley, remember if you seen it, he was kind of a little slow getting in and blocking.
Right.
And you look at him now, he looks a lot more comfortable with the system.
Yeah, these guys are rolling right now. The number 11 team in the Bay Area in the Chronicle. Acalanes is an honorable mention team. And there is Pamphile, this time running the ball, ahead for about 8. That line playing very well, Steve,
Absolutely.
Up front.
And it's coming right at you.
And look, it's just a jailbreak.
Yeah, it absolutely is, Dan. It's like
every play.
It's
we're gonna have to start. We have to tie it in with Thin Lizzy's Jailbreak. Remember that great song? Because you see, there's always guys on the ground and hitting. Look at that. There's a guy on the ground. There's a trip. There's a guy falling. It's just incredible.
There's a felony, misdemeanor. And
here's Lawson. And there was a head-to-head contact there at the end with 2 teammates hitting heads, and another first down, 12th first down here in the first half. And Ygnacio just moving the ball along now out to the 42-yard line. Clock running. And the thing is, when you get like this with Ygnacio, you don't really have a chance to come back because they're just going to keep the ball. And
Bohannon was in on that, Dan, on the tackle right there. And like you said, that was such a huge play right here. It's really going to be heartbreaking if they come in and get 7. 21-0 is a lot. Well, obviously, I think it's more than 14-0, right?
Havens to throw. Play action. Throws down the field to Lawson. It's incomplete. Good coverage that time by number 4.
You're going to get a flag, and you're going to get a hold on YV, Dan. So this is probably going to move them back a little bit.
Brett Kelly was covering there.
If I'm right, do I get a point?
Yes.
Okay, let's see what he does.
It's
20, Dan. What's my new name over there? Stevani, big boy, big round guy.
Big round guy.
I'll just put big round guy. Big round guy.
1. If that was offsides, why are they moving the ball back halfway to Sun Valley Mall?
Okay.
I think I'll give you a point on that one, Steve, just because
it was 15-yarder.
Yeah. Why?
That's a.
Is it because there were 3 guys offsides on the same play?
No. What the thing is, you can't be offsides at 8:20. It's a 15-yarder after 8:20.
It's a 50. Right. It's a bonus penalty. The red light was on.
That's right. It's East Coast time.
Here's a play for you. They pitch to Lawson. He hands off to Pamphile. And then there's a number of misdemeanors, felonies, and abductions after that on that play.
A couple district attorneys are taking notes right here, Dan. And
watch this. Pitch, inside handoff.
Inside another. That's why early they do have turnovers, Dan, on this system. But right there, big number 89. Is that Emery, Dan? Am I wrong or right on that, Dan? I'm saying it's Emery, big number 89. For Acalanes is Scott Emery. He's a 6'2", 185-pound junior.
I believe you're right, Steve. Give yourself a point.
And he likes watching CSI every night. Oh, God, 20-2. We're having fun with that. We can do it, can't we?
We are.
22.
Why
we'll
not?
see what this is in the game. We're having a good time. We're telling everybody what's going on.
There was another penalty on this play here. Now watch this.
Okay.
Pitch.
There's the pitch.
Okay, now inside handoff. Pamphile.
He goes, I don't want it. Lawson, you take it. Here, I got my 120 yards. Here, you go grab a couple. And there's big Emery right there.
Emery.
And obviously when he gets a hold of you, it's just, stop the press and, let's take a union break. And,
You like that.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to my shop steward. I'm going to see if I can't file a grievance against these guys.
I want to mention Roger Fernando, Dan Lloyd, Ron Martin, George Acopoulos, Jim McDermott, Randy Takahashi, also the AD at Acalanes, Ken Major, and Cass Mulholland, the JV coach at Acalanes. John Nickerson's the principal. We mentioned Randy Takahashi, the AD. The Dons last year were 8-4, overall 7-2 in league, and they lost to O'Dowd in the semifinals. So this year they beat O'Dowd in the quarterfinal.
And can I ask you a question? Why would you like to mention them?
Because they are the coaches of the Acalanes Dons.
Oh.
Don't forget next week, folks, on Saturday and Sunday at 7 p.m., we'll have the North Coast Section 2A championship game from Los Lomas High School. The winner of tonight's game will play the winner of the Miramonte-Dublin game, which takes place on Saturday night. Have all the action for you. Now, we really want to go to the Coliseum. We're waiting until we see the matchups and the games. We'll let you know next week. Those games will be shown the week after those, Steve.
I don't care where I go. If Matt's there and you're there, I'm there. If Matt lets me play still.
Oh,
look at this.
Yeah, right up the middle. They went in a little bit of a different formation for the Warriors, and there's Lawson again, straight ahead for about. He got back to the original line of scrimmage.
I'm going to say about 10 yards, Dan, maybe a little bit more. With 2:27 to go, they cannot give up this first down. It's 3rd down and 10, Dan, right here. And it's not like YV cannot pick it up with the way they're going. If they pick this first down up, that is just so big.
See, they've got split wide receivers and one back. They actually look like a football team on this play, Steve. Havens to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. Intercepted by Beeman. And Beeman with a nice return, still on his feet. Across midfield out to about the 44-yard line.
And with 2:04 left, Dan, that pumps a ton of life into the Dons offense right there. And that Beeman, I see why he got that award. What a great player.
See, they lined up in what would be a traditional football formation there, but that was nice play by Beeman right in front of, I believe it was Pamphile.
It was.
And the return all the way to the 39-yard line.
And I can't wait till I talk to Vegovich. I'm going to tell him you said his team is not a real football team. Go ahead, Dan. And right there, it's a 21-yard return, Dan, on this interception, because I heard Jackson barking in your ear that you can't stand it when he does, and he does it anyway. And you know what? He's buying pie tonight. I can't stand the guy. I've just had it with the guy.
21-yard return, 2:04 to go.
But you got to like this kid, right, Dan? Come on, you as a player?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, Dan.
Beeman to throw.
He's there, Dan. He's
time.
there.
Massey wide open, and Massey makes the catch. Down at the 14-yard line, a big pile of Warriors there take him down, and Acalanes has plenty of time moving the ball, a first down. That's the biggest play of the game for them.
And Dan, that's right down the middle where you used to like to knock them out of the ballpark. This right down the middle of the field where it's always
that where
open.
I used to knock it down the middle?
I've seen you hit a couple balls out.
Okay, just check it.
I was old. I was older than you. You were younger. You were stronger.
You used to come
you were
watch
better
me?
looking. You had all the girls. I had not.
Yeah, but you got lucky with the one you got. So
yes, I did. I got a beautiful wife. So do you.
Yes,
and
so did I.
But
Bohannon straight ahead, no gain. 1:38 to go in the first half. Acalanes simply needs to score here, Steve.
Well,
they will get the ball to start. If they get a touchdown, they get the ball. They're right back.
all the momentum goes to the Dons because they've been dominated by YV Warriors the whole first half. Even if they don't get a touchdown here, if they could put just a score up, get that goose egg off the thing, I believe the momentum really kind of a little bit goes to the Dons because they've been slapped all over the field, and they're still in the middle. Here's the scissor lift. Watch this, Dan. Right in the middle. Look at this. That's how come I knew it was there. Look at this. Boom. And that's why you need number 10 out there because that's the kind of things he does.
Well, look at all the defenders down there, too. So there was a big gap in the middle of that defense.
Look at him reading. He went to a secondary receiver. I like that, Dan. He checked off to the left and went right down the middle. And you know number 12 was in on that, Dan, for YV. Let's give him kudos. David Munger.
Yes.
Could have been
He made the
Hubert
tackle.
Higueros, number 11, who got called up. And, you know, he's a junior. And his dad is Hugo, and he works with my son at Bay Cities. And my son-in-law, Andrew Jensen. And he told me that he doesn't know the difference between an open end and an extension, and they might fire him. I'm only kidding.
What does that have to do with 6 or 7 other things?
Well, Dan, that's my my son-in-law. And he works with a guy, and he told me he wanted me to stab him in the back. And I told him if I get a chance, I will.
Well, you just did.
I just did. I do a good job of it.
You did.
Yeah.
You can even take a point for that one if you want to.
Oh, I'm going to 20
to 3 now.
to 3.
There you go.
Thank you, Daniel. Now we're going to get serious, Dan, because this is serious stuff right here.
Second down for the Dons here, trying to get on the scoreboard. Beeman to throw. Has a receiver. He's there. Oh, a great defensive play at the last second as Actari stepped in front of Massey to knock that one away.
And Dan, he had nothing but the San Bernardino freeway ahead of him. Boy, if he would have caught that, he was gone.
And that's a long way because that's 350 miles to the south.
And they still would only gave him 7 points, or 6. But I'm telling you, he had nothing but a field ahead of him. Boy, I tell you that, he would have been history, Dan. Now watch what I'm talking about, Dan. Watch this, and watch what's in front of him. Oh, well, you know what? He had his hand back anyway. That's a great defensive play.
Here we go, 3rd down. Beeman, short drop, looking, throwing, over the middle, has a receiver. It's Massey.
What a great catch.
Touchdown!
What a great catch.
Wow.
Huge. Into triple coverage, Daniel. You're going to love this replay, Dan.
Massey on the year made 33 catches, 353 yards, 9 touchdowns. There's the 10th. A beautiful pass from Beeman, who threw for 1,152 yards and 14 touchdowns in the regular season. And Acalanes is right back in this ball game with 1:17 to go in the first half. Gebhardt is on for the extra point. And Kephardt's kick is good as he drills that back all the way to the scissor lift. 14-7. Let's take another look at it. But the Dons are back in this one, Steve.
And Dan, you're really going to like this because I'll tell you what's going to happen. He gets plenty of protection. Everything comes into play. Plenty of protection. Watch him looking right, looks left. Now watch this throw into triple coverage. There's 1, 2, 3 guys right there, Dan.
And he got hammered.
And he got hammered, and I'm telling you.
I love that, too. Watch this.
Okay,
watch
go ahead,
this.
Daniel.
Okay, so here's the throw.
Right.
Here he gets hammered.
Right.
Now watch Massey. No Sharpies, no celebrations. Got a face mask. Now watch him at the very end of this. He just lays up and goes, touchdown. Here you go. Here you go. Okay, here's the ball. There was no cheerleaders involved or anything. And there's the last look at it, and a beautiful play. So Beeman to Massey for the touchdown, 14-7 here late in the second quarter, and Acalanes is back in this one. So now the strategy is, and it's going to be interesting, can Ygnacio Valley with the wing double wing, which you need a lot of time to move the ball, can they move into scoring position with just 1:17 on the clock?
Well, you know, Dan, Coach Avekovich always feels that with Lawson, you could break a long one anytime in that offense. So they're not going to do nothing, drastic or anything. They're just going to do the hot potato pitch for a few plays. They may throw once. And not to take nothing from the quarterback. It's just, it wasn't a very good throw, but he's had a great year. But let's see what happens, Dan.
Actari with the return, and he's tackled at the 30-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Beeman made the tackle for the Dons. So Beeman, he's in on everything. I could have sworn I saw him backing up the bus when they brought the equipment in about 5 o'clock.
Well, he didn't back the bus up, but I know he had a team leftovers turkey dinner for everybody.
That's right. Because they probably called you up for that one, Steve.
No, there's nothing left, Daniel. They knew better.
There are no leftovers at your
No, big round guy. They ain't going to call a big round guy.
2 wide receivers, far side Lawson, straight up the gut.
There you go.
And short gain, maybe 1.
And you're gonna have number big 56, Jason G. He goes both ways. He's been battling in the trenches out there, Dan. And it's getting kind of nippy in here, Dan.
Just a little nippy.
Little nippy.
It'd been so nice. It was like 73 on Wednesday, still here in November. I told someone I was talking to back east, it's 73 and the sun's out here.
Look at this.
Lawson, big gain, nice cut. And he's going to be close to a first down, finally tackled by Kelly out about the 39-yard line. So, Steve, this has been pretty much what we expected.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Hot potato pitch. A couple of nice plays. Acalanes, though, what did I tell you?
Yep.
You get them to turn the ball over,
right.
And what happens? They go down, they score their touchdown. That's the one place I think you can get Ygnacio Valley. If they turn the ball over, they make mistakes.
And there's Britt Kelly putting the finishing touches on that tackle there.
Hot potato pitch, Lawson. Lawson has a first down. He's out near midfield. He's well over 100 yards. 18 seconds to go here in the first half. Now, you take a big shot here and risk the interception, Steve, and just run out the clock.
Oh, yeah, no, take a shot. Why not? And that was Brooks Baker. He's a 6'2", 180 sophomore, Dan.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Come enjoy the great high school football action at the North Coast section Les Schwab Tires 2A, 3A, 4A East Bay Football Championships. The 2A championship game will be held December 2nd at 7:30 p.m. at Las Lomas High School, and the 3A and 4A championships will be held December 3rd at the Oakland Alameda County McAfee Coliseum at 4 p.m. and 7:15 p.m. See the best local high school football athletes from the East Bay. High school football at its best. Come on out and support educational athletics.
Back at Mount Diablo High School, Ygnacio with the ball at the 48-yard line. First down, 18 seconds to go. First half, 14-7 Ygnacio, and what has been a very interesting ball game so far, Steve. Pretty much what we expected here.
And you know, Dan, the reason I expect for them to take a shot, because with Sadehi, with his leg, you know, he's a very good kicker. You know, he can kick one from 30, 40 out.
This is Pamphile. Pamphile has some blockers, and he's down inside the 40-yard line. Another first down, knocked out of bounds over there. Massey was there to make the tackle. 12 seconds to go, and another play, and they might be in range.
They're in
for
business,
Sadehi.
Dan. And look at this, right into your living room, folks, right on your recliner. And look at Massey. Massey, and I'm telling you, Beeman and Massey has just been the two bees, killer bees. Dan, they've been just everywhere.
Well, Beeman and Massey, it'd be B&M.
The killer book.
Lawson does not get out of bounds.
There's 7 seconds left still.
Beeman was over there to make the tackle, and a flag on the play. If it's a personal foul face mask, it's going to put Ygnacio in field goal range. The wind, I believe, is blowing in that direction. There's a nice little breeze out here, but it's actually holding on Ygnacio Valley.
What is with Jackson? He just turned around and he looked like Linda Blair in The Exorcist. His head spun. My God. And right here, here's Lawson. Dan, let's see if we get a hold here. I don't know if we can pick it up.
One thing about when you do an Ygnacio Valley game, there's always a lot of nice physical confrontations.
Right.
And so a holding penalty.
Kind of like the watch riots in the 70s in L.A.
There you go. Yes. Something along, or Detroit back in those days. Havens lofts one downfield. It was intended for Graffert, the tight end, and he was had a step on the defender, but it's incomplete. And now we're down to 3 seconds and one last play here in the first half. There's Coach Ivankovic with his quarterback.
Real nice shot there when they're together with the scoreboard right behind them.
8 seconds, 3 seconds, or no seconds. Just you have to take your pick and kind of learn how to read the scoreboard.
Well, that's, you know, Dan, you're always, you know, I shouldn't say nothing nice about you. You're up 20-3. You know, you okay? You're okay. You're the Al Michaels of high school announcing. That's all I can say.
Thank you.
How's that?
Second down and last play, barring a penalty here in the first half. Havens in trouble, rolling, looking, throwing, just kind of flings one, and it's incomplete, and that'll do it for the first half of play here. A very interesting first half, and Acalanes came back, put themselves in the ball game, Steve, with a late touchdown. It's a 14-7 Ygnacio. We'll be back with stats. Oh, hold on 1 second. We should have Coach Thompson coming over, so before we go, yep, he's going to come over to speak with Tony.
And you know the thing about Coach
Steve,
Thompson
you go
was,
ahead.
well, the thing about I talked to Coach Ivankovic. Then I got to go talk to Coach Thompson, who looks like he could turn the junkyard dog into a pretzel, because he's a big guy too. And then I'm going, Mike, I'm going to get hurt here between these two guys. But they're very nice gentlemen. They've done a great job. And the big thing is, they'll go to war with their kids, with anybody. They love their programs. They love their kids. Hats off to both these coaches. And congratulations on the great season ahead.
We're going to send it down to Tony, and he's got Coach Thompson, and he is just about ready. Go, Tony.
With Acalanes head coach Ron Thompson. Coach, assess the team's play in that first half.
Oh, we're lucky to be down by 7. They pushed us around a little bit, and we've got to find a way to stop their run. That's a good team. They're very motivated tonight.
Yeah, Coach, without giving away too many secrets, how do you slow down that YV running game?
If I knew that answer, we'd be ahead right now. So we're going to go in there and we're going to talk about it. We might have to blitz a little bit more right now.
Coach, thanks a lot. Hey, guys, don't look now, but it looks like we got ourselves a ball game.
Hey, and that's a miracle.
Yes.
some of the scores we've seen this year.
Yep.
This one is close, 14-7. YV at halftime. We'll be back with stats and highlights after this on Comcast.
Hi, I'm Rocco Bialy, and this is my family.
I'm Dante. I'm Dominic. And I'm Nina.
For the past 5 years, Rocco's Ristorante and Pizzeria has been the proud sponsor of the Comcast High School Game of the Week. As a neighborhood restaurant, being part of our community has been very important to my family and staff. I'd like to personally invite you to become part of our family. Great pizza, great pasta, and great people. Rocco's Ristorante and Pizzeria, a part of your community.
Tonight's Comcast Game of the Week is made possible in part by a generous donation from the dentistry offices of Keith White and Brett Anone.
Back at Mount Diablo High School, Ignacio Valley leads 14-7 over Acalanes at halftime. Dan Wall and Steve Sanchez with you tonight with Matt Bolander, our great crew, Dave Jackson, up here in the booth on stats. And let's take a look at the highlights from the first half of play. It was all Ignacio early, and here's the first touchdown on pitch to Lawson. Steve, this was a 35-yard run. It made it 7-0.
Yep. And big Becerra down field through the block that sprung him for the last 5-10 yards. Great job by Lawson. Now you see why he's over a 1,000-yard rusher, and he's a great athlete, and he's had a great season.
156 yards and that touchdown. Now here's that fumble, that lateral that went for naught.
Yep.
And you see Pamphile pick it up, and a nice saving tackle there by Ring. And after this play, Ignacio Valley would drive down, and they would score on what probably is shocking a lot of you, a pass play. And here's Lawson again, and this is a reception for a touchdown.
And he shows you his versatility, Dan, because he can run and he can catch. And he gets a nice block right there at the end. What was number 12, right, Dan?
That was Munger. 181 yards of total offense in the first half for Lawson. Now here's the turning point, though. Beeman, the interception. And Beeman returned this 21 yards, and Acalanes was in business, Steve. Great play, Beeman, all over the field in the first half for Acalanes.
Absolutely, Dan, and he's a great student and a great kid. And there's Massey in triple coverage, and when he was done, he just said, hey, I think I just scored.
Yep, and he did.
He said, here's the ball. I caught it.
And it was a 14-yard pass, and here it is once again, a good look at it here. And that made it 14-7, Steve. Now we're going to show you a hit here. This is late in the half.
Okay.
Haven's back to pass, and only concerned here because we didn't really get a look at this, but is he going to be in some sort of trouble in the second half? He got hammered. Oh man, he got hit hard by Bohannon, and we'll have to see if that. See, he kind of gets up, kind of stunned. If that affects him whatsoever in the second half of play, because they're really going to need him in the second half. So a great half for a football, Steve. Ignacio Valley up 14-7. Acalanes, though, will get the ball. Here's the stats, though. If you saw these, you'd think it was 44-7.
Absolutely, and that's my point, Dan. Go ahead, Dan.
So Acalanes has hung around here,
yes,
even though they've been dominated, outgained almost over 3 times by Ignacio Valley, who have 231 yards rushing. And you can see the one thing that's kind of held Ignacio back, and it are penalties and the one turnover.
Absolutely.
So we're going to take our last break here, and we'll be back with the third quarter of action. It's Ignacio 14 and Acalanes 7 from Mount Diablo High School after this.
Tonight's Comcast game.
Sports performance. Maximize your potential. We guarantee it.
Of Antioch for great Mexican food.
I talked to YV assistant coach Dan Hartwig, and he told me the Warriors made too many mistakes. They kind of kept Acalanes in the game. Now, in that last interception, he said it was a poorly run route, but he gave props to Beeman for making such a great play. He said, hey, he's a great player. But right now, guys, YV thinks they should be up 21-0.
And there are the Warriors coming back onto the field here at Mount Diablo High School. As I mentioned, Steve, the last time they'll have to play a game in a neutral site. They'll have their own field next year. Let's take a look, Steve, at that 2A bracket for you from last week. You saw Ignacio Valley with the win over El Cerrito, and then, of course, in this bracket, Acalanes won over at Bishop O'Dowd 28-27. Miramonte beat Piedmont, and Dublin beat Encinal, and they'll play tomorrow night. And the winner will play at Las Lomas High School next week, and we'll have that game for you, irregardless who plays. If it's Dublin, we'll see them for the first time. How's that?
Okay, that's fine, Dan.
And, so we'll have
we're doing the 2A.
And then we'll wait to see what happens with the seedings and who plays and who's there, and we might have some games from the Coliseum for you the following week.
Really?
And
we might be doing 2 games, Friday and Saturday?
Yes.
How did you pull that off with Matt? Matt is amazing. Matt is truly amazing.
And then the week after, we start soccer. And
Well,
we'll
you know
have a
what?
soccer
He's
game.
so devoted to his family and kids. He finally said, I'm going for 2 days. That's it. I've had it.
That's it. I'm done after that.
I'm done. I've taken him to soccer. I've taken him to Warriors, Sharks.
Sadehio kickoff here. The second half is underway from Mount Diablo High School. And this kick is coming down near Massey, and it rolls into the end zone, and Acalanes will take over at the 20-yard line. So, Steve, if I'm the coach here, I'm saying, and here's the 3A, and we'll get back to that thought. San Ramon and Los Lomas play tomorrow night at Los Lomas, and that of course, is a rematch from last year's championship game.
Absolutely.
Granada pulled off the big upset. That was the big bracket. I call it the Bill Kolb bracket from the Times. He predicted these upsets, Granada
And they happened.
Well, it was actually Granada and San Ramon.
Okay.
I take that
All
back.
right. Okay.
This whole bracket's the Bill Kolb bracket.
Okay.
But you notice the 1 and 2s are gone. The highest
There you
seed
go.
left there is Irvington at 7-3. A lot of people think it's going to be Granada winning that game and perhaps playing San Ramon. He picked San Ramon to go all the way. So very interesting tomorrow night. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Here's Beeman to throw on first down. Swings a little pass out to his back. I believe that's Ring on the far sideline.
And he got rung.
Yes.
Number 9 was in on that, Dan, for the Warriors.
And
Herman Hernandez. Go ahead, Daniel.
Hernan Hernandez. They had to name him twice. They liked him so much. Here's the 4A bracket. Of course, De La Salle beat Logan 68-0 last week, Steve. And we saw Monte Vista. Foothill pulled off a big upset at California on a fake field goal that went awry, and then a couple of touchdowns late to win that game. And San Leandro beat Pittsburgh. And I don't think Vic Galley wants to speak much about that game anymore after what I've read in the newspapers. Been trying to get a hold of him all week. I don't think he wants to talk to me either. So we'll have to wait till we get back from Thanksgiving to see. But, of course, there was a big controversy as Acalanes near a first down here. It's either they're going to give it to him. Yeah, we're kind of hoping for De La Salle Monte Vista from our area. Steve, last week in overtime, Pittsburgh claims they scored a touchdown that would have tied the game. If they had kicked the extra point, they would have won that game, but the call went against them. And there's been some reports in the paper that film of the game has been exchanged, and let's just say people aren't real happy about that result.
Right.
Acalanes, a first down. And the handoff is to Bohannon. And Bohannon is swarmed over by Hernandez, Grafford, Douglas, and also number 57, Chris Pettit.
Yep.
Here's a replay from down low.
Like a lot of gang tackling right here, Dan. And Mr. 57 was in on it early. He's the one who started the traffic jam. That's Chris. Is it Pettit, Dan? Is that Chris Pettit?
That is Pettit, and there's the wind out here. It's a little nippy. It's starting to feel like fall.
Is that a UFO to the right? What is that?
Yes, that is Close Encounters of, that's probably a street light or something out here, Steve. But of course.
How does a street light get above the flag? Go ahead, Dan. Hey, I like the way they're coming out, though, Dan. They look like they're fired up anyway.
Second down, Beeman play action throws to us on this sideline. This is Bohannon. Bohannon makes a cut. Oh, and then he is just stuck right there. You talk about stopping the play at the 40-yard line. But it's going to be a first down, Steve. Here's a replay.
Let me tell you something, Dan. You're going to watch number 9, him go helmet to helmet. And this is always scary, Dan, no matter what level you're at right here. No, it's not number 9. Let's see who goes helmet to helmet with him here, Dan.
That's our buddy. That's Piaki Wasele.
And Wasele's just getting up. Because Bohannon, he's like Zonka. You know, he's a big kid, big and strong. And he just says, okay, I'll fake this guy. And you know what? Let's just get it on right here.
Oh.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Wasele is being helped off, but I think he just maybe just get his bearings because he got up. But, man, that's a big tie. We said this is going to be a physical smash-mouth game, and it has been. But Acalanes looks good on this drive. Second first down, ball at the 41-yard line, and then a whistle.
Timeout.
And Acalanes calls a timeout.
I think Bohannon's trying to get his marbles together there, Dan. I don't think he was totally ready. But
Steve, let's say hi to the great friends of the program.
Let's do that, Daniel.
On the Comcast Game of the Week. I want to thank all the great friends for this great football season. Rocco's Ristorani and Pizzeria in Walnut Creek. Velocity Sports Performance over in Concord, not far from here.
No.
Game Pod Combat Airsoft. That's some crazy stuff.
And that's the biggest up-and-coming sport around.
Diablo Auto Sales of Antioch.
You ever seen a devil look so happy?
Yeah, he usually is. Amarosa Antique and Floral. Mazet Pontiac in Pittsburgh at Auto Row.
Go see Andy Anello.
Yep, and ParamountTechnology.com. They're not far from here.
No.
It's over behind Tower Records.
Yeah, and they've been a great. We want to thank all these guys and you people out there who's got companies that want to contribute. Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
You got to support.
You got to go.
You got to come to us.
Yeah, and tell them that too. Say, we were watching the game of the week.
Yeah.
Those two crazy guys, Tom Arnold and his buddy, and you can join the team.
That's right. Jump aboard.
Increase awareness of your business. Call 933-6264. Game of the week at Comcast.net.
That's right.
Tell them I was watching Tom Arnold and Mr. Brady. They do a hell of a job over there for you.
They have fun, and their wives appreciate getting away from us.
Oh,
are you kidding me?
Man, that was Pettit, and he just picked up Beeman and threw him down. Looked like a rodeo move.
What it was, Dan, it was a hog tie with a rag doll. That's what it was. Just like we said before. And watch this. Here comes the hog tie. Watch this hog tie, Dan. And here's the rag doll.
Man.
Wow.
That was.
That's just enough of this nonsense.
That was the finishing move right there.
Wow.
This is a physical football game.
Yes.
There's some hitting going on.
This is all Ian Frazier in 71.
This is
okay,
good
the
stuff
first
right
one.
here. This is good stuff right here.
Muhammad, can I talk? Angelo, can I talk to Muhammad?
2nd and 14. Beeman, short drop. In trouble. Rolling. Pettit's there again. And this is a sack. Becerra and Pettit team up to take down Beeman. And a big loss. This is going to bring up a huge play now. A 3rd and about 20 for Acalanes, Steve.
But what you want to do, Dan, is right here's Acalanes, is just grab your bearings and say, you know what, let's try to go over the middle with that tight end that was open. And here comes big number 81. He's in pursuit.
How'd you like to see Grafford and Becerra and Pettit?
And what, Dan? Well, I think, I don't know, but I think Gavin Beeman's seen enough of them.
Right now?
Right now, yeah.
3rd and 16. Opening drive for Acalanes. Had the ball for about 4 minutes, but still need to go a long way to get a touchdown. Here's a pass. It's caught. Oh, and a first down. A great move by Baker. What a play by Beeman to make that play. And out of bounds at the 46-yard line of the Warriors. First down, a gain of 20.
And Dan Brooks Baker, he's 6'2". He's a sophomore, Dan. Oh, Nelly. Watch this. Look at this throw.
Oh, wow. That is just an
That's
absolute
incredible. It's
huge
incredible.
play.
We got a good football game on our hands, Daniel.
We do.
And Dan, besides football and everything, the biggest thing of tonight, are we going for pie?
yes, we are going for pie.
You think Jackson might spring? Let that wallop breathe a little bit?
Well, I mean, why else would we go?
That's a good point. Go ahead, Dan, do your thing.
First down from the 46. Acalanes looking to tie this one up, down by 7. Play action, fake, option, and then Beeman the keeper, and a gain of about 4 on first down. Graffert was there.
Nothing wrong with that play. It's a first down play, picking up 4.
Pettit and Douglas, some of the big bodies for the Warriors down there. Steve, Acalanes has not won a league title since 1980. They've never won the North Coast Section Championship.
Right.
And they're looking to get in there. Ignacio Valley beat O'Dowd for the championship back in 1999 when Tim Murphy was the coach here. He's down in Clovis now, and that's when Coach Ivankovich took over after that.
And what a great job he has done.
2nd and 7. Bohannon. And he's just rumbling and bumbling. Yeah, Zonka, Mike Allstott, whoever you want to bring
call.
up.
Somebody who just brings a load, that's him.
That's it, and he has another, I'll call it 4. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Acalanes running time off the clock here, almost 5 minutes now on this drive, Steve, in the 3rd quarter.
Herman Hernandez was in on that, and he's a sophomore. He's got a couple years.
And I would imagine some of the folks here tonight would like to purchase a copy of this game. UPS shipping included, $25. Call 933-6264 or send us an email at gotw@comcast.net.
And the big brown machine will bring it right to your door.
Bohannon again, up to Graff, leading the charge out front, but this is going to be short. It's going to bring up a 4th and 1 and a huge play for Acalanes, Steve, down at the 37-yard line. 4th and about 1 here in the 3rd quarter, down by a touchdown.
Well, this is just a no-nonsense play. You give it to Beeman, you sneak it, you move the chains. You don't try to hand behind the line because these guys are very capable of getting you before a loss. You're looking at about, from the spot, it looks like a yard. Or that piece of pizza I had, or the piece of pumpkin pie I had.
Pumpkin pie last night, a yard of pie for Steve.
Well,
here we go. Big play here in the 3rd quarter. They fake, and then Beeman throws a pitch, and they're not going to get there.
No.
And that was a huge play, and I think a very ill-conceived play once it all kind of unfolded, Steve.
Absolutely.
On that pitch, it looked like they handed off, and then Beeman went around the option. The pitch didn't get there, and Ignacio holds on a 4th and 1.
I think Beeman might have had a better chance if he would have kept it, Dan. We're going to have to look at the replay right here. I think he might have had a better chance if he would have kept it. Let's see what's going on here. Well, there's big, he had it. I think he had it. And then he pitches it back, but it's hard to tell from this advantage point here, Dan.
Well, I think the rule there, Steve, is once you make the move into the line, you have to run. You don't. You only pitch it when you have that defensive end coming up. Here's Lawson. This is the first time Ignacio's seen the ball in a while. It was a 6-minute drive for Acalanes that went wrong there on that 4th down play. And Lawson, who had 156 yards rushing in the first half, gains a couple there. Will bring up a 2nd and down. So Acalanes, you're right, Steve. They came out fired up.
Yes, they did.
And they just could not get it on that 4th and 1. But I agree with you. I think there, now we have a hold, and this is going to push Ygnacio back.
This is going to push him back, and that's a big play right now early.
I just like 4th and 1, you got big guys. Pound the ball in.
Pound the ball. That's where I look at it, Dan. I'm with you. I give it to the big Bohannon. I said, if this guy, he could fall and get a yard. But then again, Dan, you know what? It's easier for us to get, second guess up here.
You know the play I like there, too, that a lot of guys don't run is play action and then roll out where you can run or throw a little pass.
Well, that's why they call it option right here.
Well,
Steve got 3.
Okay, put it down.
No, 4. 20-4. The big round guy. He's back in it.
There you go. Pamphile with the pitch. And Becerra leading the charge. But on that, what is now almost was started as a 1st and about 20, will now be a 2nd and long for Ignacio Valley.
And Dan, you made a point, Dan. You made a 20, and I got 4.
There you go.
Matt could rub it in me too every once in a while.
He does it pretty good.
Matt, he's a little crooked.
Someone stole my pin, too.
Well, here's
Lawson.
Here, you can have this one. I stole it.
And unless they get a big play here, Steve, they are not going to they're going to have to punt. And you know what they say at Ignacio?
We don't punt.
That's right.
But Dan, the one thing you made a note of a little bit ago, and it's absolutely right. There's some hitting going down there in the trenches right now.
It is a physical game.
These are 2 teams who are just flat out getting it on right now.
3rd and 11. Big play for the Acalanes defense here. And Havens keeps it, and he gets hammered by Adcock.
Wow.
A loss on the play. And now this is going to be a big call, because what they do sometimes, though, is they line up like they're going to go, and then Lawson is also the punter, so he can kick the ball. I would have to imagine at this point they got to kick the ball away, Steve.
Well, they have to, Dan. And I seen Coach I grabbed him by the shoulder and he said, fake hot potato, long punt.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
See, they line up like they're going for it.
Let's see what they do here.
And see, they pitch it back to Lawson and then a little pooch kick.
There you go.
So that's the pooch punt. So they don't really punt like Ray Guy did.
No.
But they punt like Ignacio would, something kind of strange. And the ball is down at the 41-yard line of Acalanes, and they got good field position here in the 3rd quarter. So they hold Ignacio Valley. Let's say hi to the great sponsors here on the Comcast Game of the Week: Amorosa Antique and Floral, Diablo Auto Sales, Jeffrey Hogue Doctor Dentistry, GamePod Combat Airsoft, Antioch Opticians, Images of 3 Hair Salon, Recovery Carpet Care, White and Annoni Doctor Dentistry, Roger Fernando State Farm Insurance, the 19th Hole Casino and Lounge, Randy's Carpet Care, the new Mecca Cafe, Bridgehead Self Storage, and Rock Bottom Records. You know what I got there this week, Steve? Was the new,
I'm afraid to ask.
The new DVD by Rush. That's fantastic.
I'll tell you one thing, Dan. I'm about as cold as F. Lee Bailey was to Mark Furman. I'll tell you, it is freezing up here.
It is.
It's cold, man.
The fall has begun.
Yep.
As that was an 18-yard punt, no return. The pass to Massey is incomplete. And Acalanes now, once again, if they could score here, Steve, they could tie it up. And really, I think the momentum has shifted to Acalanes.
Absolutely, Dan. And one thing I really like, too, is they're throwing the ball, and they're saying, you know what, that's how we're being successful. We're going to keep throwing it. Because these guys are big and mean up front. And what did Coach say? Whew, that's a good team right there.
He did say
that's a good team, man. He's impressed with them. And you know what, I seen him and Coach Avakovich talking in the back. And they were talking about guys they played with and they knew and stuff, and it was kind of friendly exchange. Where I was going with that, I don't know, Dan.
But you got there.
Yeah.
Here's a pass to Bohannon in the flat, and Bohannon just rolls right over Pamphile and has a 1st down inside Ignacio territory at the 47-yard line, and Bohannon might be hurt. He's down on the ground.
Yeah, he is hurt, Dan.
And we might have an injury timeout here. We do.
And what a big loss. What a big loss that would be, Dan.
We have an injury timeout.
We're going to take another look at this. Here it is. Here's Bohannon. Nice catch. And then he hits and rolls. Oh, and then from behind.
I think you're going to get a lower back thing going on with him right now.
That's Wasely coming in, and that'll leave a mark.
Yeah. Like right here, you're going to see at the end, and his flap. Yep, that's a hard hit right there. And you know what? Hey, it's a physical game we got going here tonight, Dan. It really is.
We're going to take a 1-minute break, and we'll be right back.
Looking for quality equipment rental with a helpful, friendly staff? Hertz Equipment Rental at Pacheco has over 4,100 pieces of reliable equipment to choose from, ready for delivery. Or if you're looking to purchase equipment, check out our pre-owned equipment sales list for super bargains on well-maintained pre-owned equipment. With Hertz, you have the right tool to get the job done. That's Hertz Equipment Rental at their new location, 30 South Buchanan Circle in Pacheco. Call Hertz today, 925-680-0316.
Is your laptop or home computer driving you crazy? Paramount Technology of Concord has the answers. Located behind Tower Records in Concord, Paramount Technology has it all. Quick in-house laptop repair and servicing, mobile computer service calls, and great customer service for those wishing to have a computer made to your specifications. Your computer wizards with expert service and products for today's computer world. That's Paramount Technology of Concord at 1252 Diamond Boulevard in Concord, the computer wizards of Contra Costa.
Back to action, Beeman, as Bohannon was helped off the field, and a first down to Massey down to the 20-yard line.
And Dan, you know what? With 3:15 to go, if they come down here, now watch this, Dan. This is a laser. Watch this. Look at this throw. Come on.
Nice catch by Massey.
Massey's doing a great job. You know what? You can feel it right now. The tide is turning. These guys are starting to believe in themselves. We got something special going on here, Dan.
Massey was a second-team All-Leaguer on offense and defense. Beeman with time, rolling, throwing a little, flips one out to Updegraff, and Updegraff is down near the 20-yard line, first down.
Nice job by Updegraff. That's going to move the chains, Dan. They got something really going right here. He's taking over for Bohannon, and he looks like Bohannon's biological brother here if you look at him, because all you got to do is check it out here. It looks like Bohannon and another number, and you know what? They must have gave these guys special food when they were kids together or something.
They played together.
Kinder gym or something, you know?
First down, Beeman. Throwing.
That's a good throw.
He's there. Oh, and intercepted! Intercepted by Actari at the goal line. And he saved one, Steve. He was there at the last minute. Actari came in, made the interception. Penalty, and there's a flag down. We're going to have to wait, and there's the flag.
Yep.
Here's the call.
Let's take a look at this, and then we'll talk about it. Might be all be for naught. Let's see what's going on.
Grafford doesn't look happy.
No. Push.
It's on it.
Huge.
Holy moly.
Huge.
You could just tell by Grafford the way he looked at the ref. He
yeah.
just looked like when his mom tells him to take the garbage out on Wednesday night.
That's Tony's possession. The Warriors still have the ball, first down.
Oh, now they're saying it's after the play.
After the catch.
So,
okay. So, but look at that one-hand grab by him. Bobbled it. What a great camera job right there.
There was. I bet it was a block in the back back here.
Yeah, back over here. Yeah.
So Ygnacio is going to have terrible field position, Steve, as they take over here on the 2-yard line. Look at that. And with the in the shadow or whatever the sort of reflection coming off of their goalposts, and it looks like timeout, and just confusion out here now.
I'm telling you, there's UFOs flying over. I seen one early. Now there's a shadow on the goalposts. I'm letting you guys know we're being invaded by Mars. The world's coming to an end. It's over. 9:05 February, November 25th, February.
It's over.
It's over.
The world's over now.
Let's look at it, Dan, right here. He was there, but you're going to watch him. He kind of floated it, Dan. Watch him. Now watch him bobble up. Watch this. Great concentration right there. The tip drill came into play right there, Dan.
And you just turned into Hulk Hogan. We're going to send it down to Tony while we have a timeout. Go, Tony.
All right, Chris Bohannon hurt on that a couple of plays ago. They said he's going to be okay. He took a helmet to the back, maybe near the ribs. They say he's okay. They're going to keep an eye on it, and hopefully he's going to go back in. He should be okay. So far, guys, all these games haven't been very competitive, but we haven't had any injuries until today.
So does that mean that you have to have injuries to have a close game?
No, that means 20-5. The big round guy's back in it.
20-5. Steve, this is one of the weirder
Here,
angles
come on
I've
over
ever.
here,
Thank
Dan.
you.
I got your back, buddy.
I'm gonna have to watch the TV monitor. I can't hardly see down there with this press box angle. Pamphile there with the carry and a short gain.
And you know the problem, if you can't see, you got Jackson yelling fire in your ear.
There we are. I'm like this, trying to look through this wall right here is what I'm looking at right now.
We love you guys. Peace, everybody, and happy holidays.
There you go.
Here you go, Dan.
There's the press box here. 2nd and about 6. Hot potato pitch. Pamphile. And nothing doing.
And Dan, it's just a completely different Dons team here in the second quarter. I mean, I don't know. Half.
There you go.
We got basketball coming up, don't we? Yeah. But Dan, all I'm saying is that I don't know what he said to him. You know, I don't know if he gave him any enhancement, improving, stuff that maybe he'll
You
take.
mean like what's that, Tony Robbins type stuff?
Yeah.
Like to improve your life and make your life better and stuff like that?
Got it. I just like listening to that guy. I like to shoot him.
Don't forget next week, Saturday and Sunday, North Coast Section playoff game, 2A final round.
Yep.
And the winner of this game will play the winner of the Dublin-Marimani game, which will take place on Saturday night.
Big third down play here, Dan.
This is huge. Here's a pitch. Lawson had 156 yards in the first half, and he gets nothing on this one.
He's going to lose yardage, Dan.
Wow. You remember the Clayton Valley game late in the game?
Mm-hmm.
Ignacio went for it down deep towards the end of on their field side of the field, and Clayton got the ball back and scored on the first play after, and that was the play that won the game. Well, this is where Ignacio gets in trouble.
About a 4th and 3rd right here, Dan.
A 4th and 3rd.
Or 4th. I don't know what I'm doing. I just get so excited. I can't believe they're going for it. Okay, they're not.
No, they do the little quick pitch punt again.
Yeah, and they had a guy back.
And this comes down.
Great coverage
to Massey, and Massey just a short return as that punt.
Pamphile, number 3 was in on it.
30-yard punt, a couple-yard return. Pamphile was there. Lito's Barbershop. There's your buddy, Steve.
There he is. There's Lito, and there's Jerry Alvarez, and there is, what's that guy name in the corner? Mendoza David.
And George Steinbrenner.
George Steinbrenner.
I was right inside those doors today. My wife's getting some work done on her car, and Keith told me to tell everyone hello.
Pioneer Kicker, Otter Stereo, Alpine, Kenwood, they got everything down there. Mark, 4th and G.
And Ralph.
Yep, the Pantel brothers are legends in Antioch.
Beeman, first down. Rolling sideline throws over the middle.
That's
it's
a catch.
intended for Massey. And they're going to call it a catch and a first down on a gain of 13 down to about the 27-yard line. Wow, this one's getting heated up, Steve.
Nope, and you're going to see on the replay, they're going crazy on this side. It looked like a catch to me. Let's see what we got, Dan. Here we go.
Very close.
Very close. Let's look again. Let's look again. And it doesn't matter because it's already done. We're going to the replay booth. I wish we could do that. We'd be the guys who called it.
They call it a catch. 45 seconds to go, third quarter. Beeman, laser beam over the middle. Wow. Steve, you're right.
There's
this
a
looks
flag.
like a totally different team. Massey makes the catch. Another first down.
You're going to get a face mask on it, Daniel.
Acalanes is in business here.
Absolutely. Boy, I tell you, you know what? This just reminds me of a team that will not roll over and give up. You know, Dan? I mean, they were down 14-0. The hot potato pitch was in form.
It was just.
Yeah, it was just, okay, here we go. And they just said, you know what? We may be from Lafayette.
Where was
we
the
may like our
there?
I don't know.
Where was there a face mask there?
I don't know. I don't know if they called it a face mask or not.
I don't know. I think someone saw something that wasn't there, a phantom call.
They make mistakes,
All right, Steve, I got to lean over on you.
Go ahead.
I can barely see down here.
Lean on me.
From the 9.
When you can't
First
see.
down.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Beeman, hands off. This is up to Greff. And there's a penalty and that's one of your favorites, Steve. The flags are coming from everywhere.
They were everywhere. There's more flags here and a parade.
The Thanksgiving Day. You see Snoopy?
The Macy's parade.
Snoopy fell yesterday.
That's what I heard. Anybody get hurt?
They got hurt, but they're not badly hurt. But
Well, then it's funny.
Got hurt. No, it's not.
No. I mean, if nobody got hurt.
Well, they kind of got injured. But
Okay, well, then
I
ain't
don't think
funny.
anyone died.
Okay,
so.
well, that's the main thing. Hold.
Hold on Acalanes.
Make up call.
Hold on Acalanes.
Now, they can't do both, can they?
No. They have to pick one or the other. That's why that play works so well, Steve.
Let's see what we can see. Well, we're not going to see nothing. There's nothing but a riot down there, Dan. We can't pick up nothing right here.
That's just the second penalty on Acalanes.
Are you
2
kidding
for
me?
50. That's the second penalty on Acalanes.
Wow, Dan.
17 seconds to go in the
Okay.
third quarter. Acalanes looks like Ygnacio did in the first quarter here in the third quarter. The only difference is they haven't scored.
Now, am I mistaken? Is it first and goal from here, Dan?
It is first and goal. They have to score a touchdown.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
They have Kephart, who's the first team all-leaguer in the DFAL, so they're in field goal range.
Oh, absolutely.
And now there's a whistle.
And then they're going to talk about where they're meeting for afterwards at Applebee's or Chili's. Hey, Daniel, I am really impressed with the way Mr. Beeman is flinging the ball.
Oh,
he's a gunslinger right now. He's at the OK Corral, and he's a gunslinger.
Well, thank you for that.
Okay.
And now, that's it.
Oh, okay.
The third quarter's over. That was a crazy inning to the third quarter. Acalanes is in business, though. They'll have a first and goal here when we come back for the fourth quarter, 14-7, Ygnacio Valley.
Since 1980, Fresky Air Systems Incorporated has been keeping Contra Costa cool and comfortable. With an expert crew of technicians and staff, let Fresky be your indoor comfort professionals. Our Lennox Signature home comfort systems are designed to deliver efficient and economical air and heat for your individual needs. Air conditioning to heating, duct cleaning to emergency service calls, Fresky has you covered. From the homeowner to the commercial world, Fresky Air Systems Incorporated. Reliable and trusted service since 1980.
Hi, I'm Rocco Bialy, and this is my family.
I'm Dante. I'm Dominic. And I'm Nina.
For the past 5 years, Rocco's Ristorante and Pizzeria has been the proud sponsor of the Comcast High School Game of the Week. As a neighborhood restaurant, being part of our community has been very important to my family and staff. I'd like to personally invite you to become part of our family. Great pizza, great pasta, and great people. Rocco's Ristorante and Pizzeria, a part of your community.
Quality fine art, collectibles, and framing. Peacock Expressions Gallery of Antioch has it all. A wide variety of custom framing to fit everyone's needs. A certified showcase gallery with unique art from Thomas Kincaid, Lennox Classics, Franz, Thomas Blackshear, Armani, Bradford Exchange, and more. From original art to posters, worldwide, national, and quality local art, where quality does not have to break the bank. Find that special gift for that special someone.
Fourth quarter from Mount Diablo High School. Acalanes down 14-7. Don't forget West Coast Jamboree comes in December 27th through the 31st. 152 teams competing in 17 divisions in 11 gyms throughout Contra Costa County. Go to www.westcoastjamboree.com for more information. Steve, a long way to go here for Acalanes.
Yep.
It's first and goal from about the 20-yard line. Beeman in trouble, and he is sacked. A great individual play that time by my favorite name in the entire game tonight, Piaki Wasali.
And Wasali, he just shot through there like a slingshot. And watch him, he just fills the gap. It's called it's a safety blitz. And right here, he comes right up the middle, Dan, and he gets the job done. And you know, Dan, you made a good point. 6 yards for the running back of YV.
Lawson in the third quarter.
This has been a game of keep away. And the second half has been all Acalanes, not giving the big hot potato pitch offense the ball. So that's where we're at. That's why he's only got 6.
Third down. Defense is the chant here. Here's a little swing pass out to Adcock. He makes the catch, and they're ruling his knee down at the 27-yard line. And that's the one rule in high school sports we don't like, Steve. We don't like that.
No, I don't like it. And that was a second down play, Dan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was a third down. That's okay. Now we got third down.
That's right. With the penalties, now it's third down. You can see here when Adcock slips down right there, his knee's down.
Good call.
It's a good call. I just don't like the rule.
No, I don't like the rule either. I think, you know, it's just, I'll never understand it. But that's the way it is. That's the rule. And the guy who made the rule needs to change it. Because Dan and Steve said so.
That's right. Steve, this might be the longest third in the history of the 2A playoffs.
Okay, let me see.
It's
third. Let me see which way we're going. It's third in the wine country.
Third in Napa.
Where there's a lot of crazy things going on anyway.
Again. And he's still on his feet. He got some of it back, Steve, down inside the 20. You got to wonder here if they're going to go for 3 with Kephart.
They're definitely going to kick a field goal, Dan.
This would be about a 34-yard field goal.
And there's a northeast wind coming this way towards us.
A northeasterly wind.
See where the UFO is? It's coming from the UFO, so it's going to be pushing the ball to the right. Let's see what he does. I'm telling you, because it's coming right in our face.
We need to get get a shot from the scissor lift here. This is huge, right down the middle.
Right down the middle. Now watch this.
From the scissor, here it is, from the scissor lift. The kick is up.
No, he never got it up. No, he never got it up.
Steve, that was uglier than your prom date.
Heck, that was uglier than me, period.
And I don't mean Natalie, because she's beautiful.
No, Natalie didn't go
the
to the
freshman one. God, that was an ugly kick right there.
Yeah, well, you know what? You hate to say stuff negative about a kid, but I just think he kind of rushed it down. And you know, he wish he could have it again. But I'm telling you, we got the whole fourth quarter.
That was just not hit right.
No, and he didn't like it. You know, he knew he didn't kick it like he's capable of.
Well, he's the all-league kicker. You know, I mean, he's
well, then you know he can do it. He's done it before, so he's got to be upset with himself.
Ygnacio
but here we go,
Valley, who had very little offense in the third quarter, gets a big first down out of Lawson as he's tackled by Massey after a gain of about 11. And Ygnacio, who only ran maybe 6 or 7 plays there
and
in
Lawson,
the third quarter, Steve.
He just passed the third quarter total with that run.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
First down for Ygnacio Valley. In the second half, Steve. That's their first down.
Yeah.
That was just nutty. There was like all these guys in blue and all these guys in white, and it just went like nowhere. Looked like the freeway on Highway 4 about 6 in the morning.
Number 78 was in on that at the bottom of the mess. Let's watch 78, Dan, and see if we can't see him.
Watch, here's Lawson.
Okay.
And then watch it just kind of stops.
Look
at everyone
78.
looking around.
There's now, 78 at the bottom. Yeah.
There was a hold right there. Someone's being held right there. You can see that.
Well, Dan, I mean, there's so much stuff going on in that mess. Right up the middle, number 4.
Quick handoff with Saley and nothing there. So it's going to bring up a third down. 8:42 to go in a 14-7 ball game.
Jason G, he said, you know what, I'm a senior. I don't want to end my career. I want to play one more game. And he just tackled the guy.
That's it. I want one more.
And there's Coach Avekovich. And, you know, when Schwartzenoff was done, I recommended him. I said, you know, why don't we have this guy go over there?
Schwartzenoff?
Yeah, when they went over the Gulf War.
Who's Schwartzenoff?
He was the Major Schwartzenoff, the guy who...
Oh, the general, Schwarzkopf.
Oh,
Schwartzenoff.
I was doing so well. Dan, 20. Go ahead, Dan.
Well, they do that little inside reverse again. Oh. Hamfile got hammered.
By Emery. He got held up, and Emery just came over and just leveled him. There's just hitting going on all night, Dan.
This play is an interesting one where they run the little inside handoff after the...
Watch this right here. Stands him up, boom.
Yep, boom. Look at that. Lots of good action
tonight. Fourth down, Dan.
There's the handoff from Lawson inside, and they're going to go for it on fourth down, Steve. It's fourth and about 3 right in front of us here at the 38-yard line. This is a huge play in this ball game. Nope, they do the little pooch punt. Lawson's kick goes out of bounds.
They're going to have to line that up, Dan.
I'd say about the 35-yard line.
You know, there's Queen Bee's Quilt Shop, Dan.
Is that Queen Bee on the right?
On the right. You guessed that. That's Bernie. And they have all kinds of quilting down there. And a lot of people don't know this, but Dan Massey's mother recommends that you go down there and make some quilts.
Is that where?
I talked to her. She called me. And here's Ghost Cycles. She recommends you not to go around that place. No, here's Ghost Cycles. They got the biggest selection of helmets in Northern California for all you Harley Davidson riders. I used to be a biker, but I was in 3rd grade, and you know, I had training wheels on it. I never went. I got hurt.
You needed a helmet.
I hurt my knee, and I didn't want to go no more.
Here we go. Beeman on first down. Acalanes desperately needs a touchdown.
Look at this.
It's a nice catch over there. That's the sophomore, number 11, Brooks Baker.
And look at him.
And he's all the way out, Steve, to the 45-yard line.
He carried him about 5 yards out of there. Let's watch Brooks Baker. He's a sophomore, Dan. He likes Looney Tunes. Watch this right here, Dan. Watch him turn up. Now watch this. I don't care. You're a senior. You're a senior. I'll take you all on. Put him up. Put him up.
They mark it back at the 48, a gain of 21 and a first down.
Yep. And here we go, Dan. Let's watch this again. Beeman is just absolutely throwing it right on the numbers.
And you know, Steve, the way this is going, if Acalanes can't get in, this might be the greatest second half of football ever played without a score.
Absolutely.
For one team. They played that well, but they have not scored. Here's Beeman. And it's off the hands of Baker and in and out of the hands of number 21. We haven't said this one yet, Steve. Eddie Kensensing.
Ken Sensing.
Yes.
Yeah, Eddie, good job by Eddie. He had his hands on it, just didn't get it done. But what a great game we got going on here tonight, Dan. Yeah, just a little bit.
This is a battle.
But
this
you know,
is a good football battle.
I really like Coach Thompson's philosophy. He just said we're going to come out throwing it. You know, he's been doing it all night, and that's the way they move the ball early. And and Beeman's, he's shown that he can do it.
Well, it's been the year of the running back around this area. They show blitz, and I think someone was offsides. I think there was a big scrum there, and it was offsides or a procedure. There's our official referee tonight. That's Rich Rose doing a great job.
This year, the running back, unless you're a young man named Mr. McAllister from Danville, Dan, up on the hill, the rich guys.
Monta Vista.
Well,
he's
that
the quarterback.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'd say what a great year he's had.
Well, yeah, but running back-wise, wow, Arnold and Taylor and this kid out here, Lawson, and just unbelievable. And the Brandons, Frager and Rutley, and there's just been Gertz, and just some great running backs in this area.
And I've been running from the FBI, so that
Purchase your copy of this game. UPS shipping included, $25. Call 933-626 for Ask for Metal Matt.
Yep.
We'll have CC Rock on after tonight's game for you. Here's Beeman on a little quarterback draw after the penalty, and it's going to bring up a third and about 13.
And you know he ran into big number 73.
Albacera.
And Albacera looks like he could block Highway 4 in the morning by himself. That's how big this guy is. And he's strong. He's getting letters from colleges and Annie Am and the president. Not Annie Am. Who's Ann? Boom, look at this.
Wow.
Look at that. Now, when that guy grabs you,
it's over.
It's over, man. It's just over.
Big play. Third down. Beeman has time. Throws. And Baker
that's going to be a flag.
That's a penalty. That's a penalty on Ken Sensing. Yep. Right in front of us.
Yep.
Right in front of the bench.
I mean, he literally tackled him about a yard before the ball got to him.
This, Steve.
No, he wouldn't have caught it. But you got to call it because he tackled him before the ball got there. Let's watch this. It's a nice fling. Now watch this. You're going to see this very good. He's already on him, you know, and he's looking up. Now here's a good shot of it. This is behind the grassy knoll. and right there is
Thank God, though, everyone got up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Right there, yeah, that's a good call, Dan.
You know, Steve, I visited the grassy knoll when I was
really?
in Dallas.
I've never been there.
And it's a very intriguing place.
Oh, I bet. I bet you did the sense of history there. Here's
10th first down this half for Acalanes. It's a total different half.
Absolutely.
Just no one can score.
I smell overtime, Daniel. I really do.
Grafford coming.
Look
Beeman
at this.
gets out of there. And Beeman, he's at the 30. He's at the 20, makes a cut. And he's back down inside the 10, or close to the 10 at the 12-yard line. First down, Acalanes. Holy moly, what a game this is here, Steve.
And you know, Dan, from our vantage point, you can see that whole left side collapse, and it opened up for, like Moses, the Red River there. And right here, he takes off, Dan, and look at this right here. He just sees this. This kid is a heads-up player right here.
And there it is, 24-yard gain. First down, Steve, I just got verified. Wasn't it the Red Sea? The Red River's in Oklahoma, right?
Jeez.
Red River rivalry. It's
well, I tell you,
21
if
to 5.
Moses opened up that Red River, that's 21 to in Oklahoma. He was a special guy. 21.
Here we go. Here's Acalanes threatening it to score again. Beeman throws. Emery. Oh, great play. Munger came out of nowhere to tip it away. This is
Munger. What a great play.
It's just one play after another, Steve.
Jeez.
Munger came out of nowhere, saved a touchdown.
Oh, it was there. He was sitting there waiting, arms open. It's kind of like somebody stealing your hot pocket right there at the last minute. Watch this here, Dan. It's there. What a great play. And I'll tell you what, the bottom line is Beeman's hot. He's hot right now. He's feeling really good about himself, Dan, and he should. He's young and he's got a great future. The world isn't ending. I'm kidding. You know, so he's got a big future. He's probably going to have married and have kids, and he could have a pro contract. Who knows what's going to happen?
Unless Tom Cruise shows up, we feel pretty safe about that last comment.
Oh, absolutely.
Second down. Beeman rolling, throwing, has a receiver. It's in and out of the hands. Another play. Munger was there. Akhtari was there. Massey was the intended receiver, and it's going to bring up a third down. And this is, Steve, this game just has this weird feel to it. Like someone's going to make a big play.
Yep. And great camera work, guys. What a great play.
Man.
Massey, because you know Massey would have caught it.
Massey's got that kind of Fred Biletnikoff to him, you know.
He really does.
Possession
and you know, Dan, the thing is, regardless of who wins this game, kudos to both the kids on both sides of the ball here. They should be proud of them. Great play, nothing but heart and desire, Dan.
Here we go. Third down. Here comes Graffert. Beeman's in trouble, and he's sacked. Graffert and also Wasale was there. And this is going to bring up a big fourth down from the 21-yard line. And I think they're going to try another field goal here, Steve, with 5:18 to go in the ball game.
Well, yeah, you got to try another field goal, Dan, because if you hit it and then you're able to score again, you're going to win the game. You know, and it's a big point, and they got to get off this number 7 off that board anyway. But right here comes Graffert, number 81. Look at that. There's somebody rolling over somebody like a bowling pin. And right here, boy, Graffert, what a great job. Here's a good shot from the scissors lift, Dad. You call it right here.
39-yarder. And that kick would have been no good, but I thought I heard a whistle. I thought I heard a whistle, but there's no whistle. It's just no good.
Nope, it's no good, and the YVs get the ball.
They could take over from the 20.
You know, Dan, I thought I heard a whistle too. I really did.
I thought
I heard a whistle.
Here's a replay.
It's just a little wide right. That wind. Watch this, Dan. Not by much. I mean, he missed it, but not by much.
Not by much. Maybe a foot.
Maybe a foot. Yeah. Not when
so Acalanes needs to get the ball back, Steve. They trail by 7. They've had the ball for almost the entire second half. Ignacio Valley's only ran a couple of plays, maybe 10 plays here in the second half after dominating the first half, but they still lead 14-7 from the 20. First down, handoff to Lawson, and Lawson is up ahead for about 4.
Yep.
You can see Brazzoni in on that tackle with Emery.
Big Emery, he was in on it. He's had a good second half. Boy, all these guys have played great second half ball for the Acalanes Dons. You can't take nothing away from YV. They're a great coach team on both, and the other side's a great coach team. But I'll tell you what, it's really been a hard-fought, smash-mouth game, just like we expected it to be.
2nd and 5.
Oh, look at this.
What a great play. Behind the line of scrimmage there, the initial hit
25.
was made by number 25, Sam Knepp. Now, Sam Knepp was just a sophomore on the JV team, brought up, and he starts tonight, and he makes a huge play and keeps Acalanes' hopes alive.
Huge play. He could go to bed and not play the rest of the night, and he contributed big. That's a big play right there.
Absolutely.
Huge.
3rd and 7. This has been one of the weirder halves you'll ever see where a team just dominated and has not been able to get in the end zone. Havens, play action, will throw. Throws, has Graffert. And Graffert is going to be close, but I don't think he got there.
But I'll tell you what, they will go.
That's right.
They will go
close.
with this. He's not going to mess around. He goes,
they gave it to him, Steve.
Oh, did they? Oh, okay.
They gave it to him.
Okay.
It was very close.
Wow.
The spot gave him the first down, a gain of 7. And Ygnacio will move the chains here as the clock, Steve, when they set this, will run. 3:26 to go.
Okay, Dan, and right now, every snap of the ball is huge. Every single play from here on in, Dan, is a make or break who's going to play next week.
From the 30-yard line. Havens pitch to Lawson. And Lawson gets maybe 1. Irregardless, as you mentioned, though, Steve, a great effort tonight from both of these teams. And one of the few games we've really had this year where it's been competitive all the way through.
Yeah, well, it really has. And Dan, it started out 14-0, and the Dons came back with 7 and made it a game. And since then, it's just been nothing but a heavyweight fight.
We'll be back in 1 minute to the fourth quarter here from Mount Diablo High School. Ignacio leads by 7.
Come enjoy the great high school football action at the North Coast section Les Schwab Tires 2A, 3A, 4A East Bay Football Championships. The 2A championship game will be held December 2nd at 7:30 p.m. at Las Lomas High School, and the 3A and 4A championships will be held December 3rd at the Oakland Alameda County McAfee Coliseum at 4 p.m. and 7:15 p.m. See the best local high school football athletes from the East Bay. High school football at its best. Come on out and support educational athletics.
twice. Yeah.
Back at Mount Diablo High School, Steve and I are discussing the players of the game here, Steve, as we'll have to make that decision here in the next 3 minutes of play. 2nd and about 9 for Ygnacio. And this is Pamphile. And Pamphile was hit, Steve, by a number of Dons, and they were all trying to attack the ball and did not come out. And another timeout by Acalanes.
Updegraff was in on that, 45. There's the cheerleaders, Danny, you got it right. There's 28 bowl games, and there's 26 cheerleaders.
There you go.
Yes, it was close.
Actually, there's another bowl game. It's going to take place in San Francisco. There's actually 2 bowl games in San Francisco in the last week of the year. Yeah, there's the Emerald Bowl at SBC Park. And then, I don't know if you know this, because there's the Williams Company.
The Williams Company. Go see Cindy Williams for all of your real estate needs, commercial, real estate. And Stephanie Harris is there, and want to thank them and all the people for supporting high school sports. There's Dan. Is that another Dan? Dan with a long name and an I at the end of it is his name.
On January 1st, if things keep going, they're going to have the Reggie Bush Bowl at Candlestick Park.
There you go.
The Houston Texans and the Niners.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, Dan. Do your thing.
There's a place Reggie Bush probably went many times.
And there's a place I need to go.
Fitness 19, Ignacio Valley Road in Walnut Creek. $19, where you can afford to be fit, Steve, is what they say about that place.
Well, for $19, heck. That's probably how much Jackson's going to feed us tonight on pie.
That's right. Steve, you don't want to overplay the importance, but this is probably the biggest play of the game right now.
Absolutely.
3rd and 4, 2:47 to go, 14-7 Ignacio. Winner goes to the 2A final next week. Pamphile. And Pamphile has a first down. He was hit and ran right over, I believe it was Massey, at about the 40-yard line. And now, with just one timeout left remaining, actually, they might even be out of timeout. This one could be over.
That's right there, and Massey got him, and Pamphile with the momentum just carried him over for that last yard. And there's a great shot of the YV section. They've been very active over here. And across the side, they've been proud and active on the other side for the Acalanes Dons from Lafayette, California now.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
One more first down, Dave Jackson says, and this one could just about be over. The only thing that could save Acalanes now is a mistake. And Lawson, who's close to 200 yards rushing tonight, will be one of our players of the game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
With an Ignacio Valley victory, gains 5. Clock running, Steve. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go. And Ignacio Valley bent, and it looked like they were about ready to fall off, and they just snapped right back into place. They were never broken. Don't forget this month on CC Rock Hurricane, there's Dave Menichetti of Y&T. That was a great concert held back in September in Walnut Creek.
And that last statement you can say for the other team too, really. Even though it looks like they were going to come up a little short.
Pamphile straight ahead.
Goodbye.
Pamphile, he's gone. This could be the big hit that wraps it up. Touchdown Warriors. Wow, 55 yards. And that'll do it. Ygnacio Valley, they hung around Acalanes, and they couldn't do it there as Pamphile took the pitch. Big hole, touchdown, 55 yards, and this one's over, and the Warriors are going to play next week.
Yes, they are, Dan.
In Walnut Creek at Los Lomas High School.
And Dan, and all this excitement and stuff, I'll tell you what a great run. He got past that first wave, and they've been blitzing. They've been doing a great job. But after that, it was nothing. The only way you were going to catch him was with Seabiscuit. He was gone.
If you were on
Seabiscuit, you could have caught him.
Here's the
I'll tell you what, one thing about him, Dan, I bet you when he was young, when they played tag, he was never it.
Not for long, anyway. No. There's a whistle on the play. And we'll have to redo that extra point kicks the day he is on.
What a great game, Dan. What a lot of fun. Great game. High school sports is just, I tell you, I love doing it with you, Dan, and it's a pleasure to come out here and watch these kids for the love of the game, put it all on the line. That's what it's all about.
And there he is, Marcus Pamphile.
He's still breathing heavy.
Yep, a senior, and he'll get to play one more game.
Yes, he will. He said, you know what? I ain't done. I want another week.
And they'll get to play next week.
Yep.
Nothing against Dublin because they're a good team, but we're all hoping for Ignacio Valley Miramonte. That game has never been played before, Steve.
Well, that would be
great.
great.
No one can come up with a record
fantastic.
of those two great football programs ever playing before, so it'll be a great game next week if that's what happens. Miramonte plays Dublin tomorrow night. Here's the kick. It's up. It's good. A minute 40 to go. 21-7 Warriors. Let's take another look at it. Maybe we can tell you who sprung Mr. Pamphile on that long run.
It's going to be on the left side here, Dan. Hot potato pitch. I tell you who sprung him, that whole offense. That's who sprung him. And there he is right there, and he's just gone. He ain't looking back. He ain't taking no chances. Great play, great run, great game.
Wow. You know, Pamphile came alive in the second half.
Look at this right here.
He has 131 yards.
What a great view from our scissors lift. They're going to show it again because it's the biggest play of the game. And you called it, Dan. You said this is it. And it was just, once he got past that initial wave right here, it was done. Because he had a 6-7 yard lead. Nobody's going to catch this guy.
Well, you know, it's kind of like the way they play too, Steve. You see it, you see it, you see it over and over and over again, and then you get to the point where if just one guy misses his assignment, you're gone. And you could just see that big, massive line taking out guys, and when Pamphile got out into the open, he was gone.
And you see, Betancourt, he was celebrating, and the quarterback, Havens, Kyle, he was celebrating in that picture right there. They were so excited because it was over. He was gone. Kind of like a home run. He was gone. When you hit it out of the park,
it was in the water.
Yeah, that
McCovey Cove.
McCovey Cove shot.
He McCovey Coved that one.
He McCovey Coved it. There was, no flags.
They had dogs chasing him in the water and everything.
Right, yeah.
Father Sargucci with the dogs in the water. Remember that?
Oh, fantastic.
Beeman is back. You can't deny he's played a great game.
Nope.
Here's the kick. It's a bouncer. And it's taken by Beeman at around the 20. And he is tackled at the 27. So Acalanes, barring a miracle here, has a minute 36. Weird things have happened, though, Steve.
Well, Dan, you know what? One thing about Acalanes, they showed a lot of pride. I know Coach Thompson's going to be proud of them because, the way they stayed in there, and it was just a hard-hitting battle all the way through. This second half was really played very well by both sides of the ball.
Acalanes with the ball, down by 14. Beeman to throw. Throws for Baker. And it's, I believe, incomplete. The ball's on the ground over there.
Well, it'd be nice if the official would give a. He didn't say nothing, so he caught that.
He said he caught it.
I didn't see him wave his hands.
Wow.
I say,
all I saw was the ball laying on the ground.
Yeah, and you see the official next to him saying,
first down, a gain of 11. That's right.
They're letting them move the chains here. Here we go.
YV in a nice prevent with two safeties back about 20 yards off the line of scrimmage. Beeman to throw. There's
a face mask. They're not going to call it, though.
I don't think they saw it, Steve.
It looks like he'd be grabbing it. Maybe it looked that way, Dan. We'll have to see it on the replay. Let's watch here. Here's Grafford. He's really been coming off the ball well lately. We're going to be able to see it.
Oh,
yeah, that's a big-time
face mask.
Yeah,
that's Pamphile with the sack.
Yeah.
So a loss of about 3 on the play, second down. Beeman, Becerra in there chasing him. There's Pettit. Grafford.
Backside.
The backside. Just a hammering blow there, Steve. Under a minute to play.
That one will make you stay in bed on Saturday about another 20 minutes. Watch this from the backside. Boy, I'll tell you what, I've been impressed with this kid, though, this quarterback. What heart.
He's a senior playing his last ball game for the Dons here tonight.
His parents should be proud of him. I'm sure they are.
Third down. Beeman throws, and it's incomplete. The clock will stop, Steve, with 22 seconds to go. And so we might have a couple more plays here, but Ignacio Valley is going to move on and play in the 2A final.
And Dan, I'm going to make a statement here, okay? And tell me if you
haven't made
agree.
any tonight?
Can I have 5 points if you agree? Okay.
Yeah, you're in the last minute.
Beeman is 6'1", 195 pounds, and the way he threw the ball tonight, I think he's definitely D1 material at the quarterback position. He may be a little small, but 6'1", you can get away with it. But the way he flung it, he really threw the ball well tonight.
He threw some lasers.
All right, I get 5 points.
All right, 5 points for you. You're still losing, though.
I know.
Fourth down. This is it. Beeman incomplete, and that'll do it. One more play for the Ignacio Valley offense, and we'll be out of here, Steve.
Yep.
Ignacio Valley 21, Acalanes 7 here. Big night on the ground for Ygnacio, but that's, goes without saying.
Yeah, that comes with the territory. That's what they do, Dan.
They run the ball, and they ran it well. And there it is, folks. Ignacio Valley will move on to Las Lomas High School. We'll have that game for you next week on Saturday and Sunday at 7 p.m. against the winner of the Miramonte Dublin. Steve, do you want to go out on a limb and predict a winner for tomorrow night's game?
I think the Miramonte, with the flight they got to take to Ireland and play Dublin, Dan. I think it's going to kind of get jet lagged.
Yeah, I think they're going to be tired. That'll do it. It's over, folks. The last play of the ball game. The clock will run down here inside of 10 seconds. And Ignacio Valley, who came very, very, very close in the second half to losing this lead, hung on, made just the right amount of plays on defense, and they win 21-7 in the semifinal. And we'll be back to wrap it up from Mount Diablo High School after this on the Comcast Game of the Week.
I'm Rob from Central Tune-Up. Check this out. Oil filter crusher. Did you know that every drained used oil filter that comes off your car still contains up to a cup of used oil? That used oil can destroy our environment and water supply. Do the right thing and place your used oil filter in a clear Ziploc bag and place it on the curb with the rest of the recyclable items. If your city does not have curbside used oil recycling, take it to your nearest certified used oil and filter recycling center. Call ahead for hours and the amount accepted. What more, if all the oil filters that were sold yearly in the United States were recycled, you would have enough steel to build 16 pro sports stadiums. Be good to the earth. Recycle your used oil and filters for a better tomorrow. Call 1-800-NO-DUMPING or check out our website at www.funnelhead.com.
Hi, I'm Rocco Vialli, and I'd like to welcome you to Rocco's Ristorante Pizzeria here in Walnut Creek. Rocco's is a great place for family dining. In addition to serving the best pizza in the East Bay, Rocco's also serves many classic Italian pasta specialties. Make Rocco's your home for your next team party.
Great pizza, great pasta,
great people. Rocco's is part of your community.
Get ready, Northern California. Mazay Pontiac Cadillac Buick GMC has a huge selection of new and certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Mazay invites you to experience our superior service and selection. Our new state-of-the-art facility and team of experts will make your car buying experience the best in the Bay Area.
Hi, I'm Matt Mazay. Whether it's a Cadillac Escalade or a GMC truck, I'll guarantee you the right car at the right price. Come by and see us today.
Discover the difference at Mazay Pontiac Cadillac Buick GMC in the Century Auto Plaza, Pittsburgh.
Tonight's Comcast Game of the Week is made possible in part by a generous donation from the dentistry offices of Keith White and Brett Annoni DDS. Keith White and Brett Annoni have been serving Central Contra Costa County for years with a personal commitment to their patients in uncompromising dental care with an atmosphere of comfort and experience. With state-of-the-art sterilization techniques and equipment, which includes digital x-rays, their staff of highly trained professionals will make your every visit one you'll look forward to in the future. That's Keith White and Brett Annoni DDS and staff. State Farm agent Roger Fernando, located in the Crow Canyon Commons Shopping Center in San Ramon. When a coach understands the player's strengths, developing a winning strategy is easy. That's also true with State Farm agent Roger Fernando. Roger knows your insurance and financial situation isn't exactly like anyone else's. But like a great coach, Roger and his team of professionals create a strategy to meet your individual needs. See State Farm agent Roger Fernando and his team at 3211A Crow Canyon Place in San Ramon. The 19th Hole Casino at West Tregallis Road. Established in 1967, the 19th hole has been completely renovated. Open 7 days a week, they feature Texas Hold'em, No Bust 21 Blackjack, Low Ball, High-Low Split, Pai Gow, and provide Keno and lottery sales. Every Tuesday and Wednesday beginning at 5:30 p.m., it's a no-limit Texas Hold'em shootout with winner take all. Friday and Saturday night is karaoke at 9 p.m., and Sunday at 9 a.m. is the NFL ticket on all the 14 TVs. And come play in the Sunday no-limit Texas Hold'em tournament. That's the 19th hole behind the post office in Antioch. Make big messes no longer a problem. Experience the difference in a real professional. Randy's Carpet Care. Improve your indoor living to a clean, healthy environment. IICRC certified master cleaning specialist in carpet, upholstery, odor control, and stain removal. Owner-operator and family friendly. Call today to reserve your spot. Randy's Carpet Care. We exist to serve you. Call 925-518-1088. Bridgehead Self-Storage of Antioch, located behind Kmart off Highway 4 and East 18th Street. Bridgehead Self-Storage has from 5x6 to 10x40 24-hour security units for those extra things you just can't fit in the garage anymore. RV and boat storage spaces are also available, along with packing and moving supplies. That's Bridgehead Self-Storage of Antioch, behind Kmart off Highway 4. The new Mecca Cafe on Railroad Avenue in downtown Pittsburgh, serving Contra Costa and beyond for over 30 years. Eat in or order to go. Guillermo and his crew cook with pride. Rock Bottom Records in Antioch. We buy and sell used DVDs and CDs 7 days a week. Listen to any compact disc in the store in one of our in-store listening stations. Special order millions of discs or DVDs on the Muse on our in-store computer that can find just about any release on Earth. T-shirts, posters, black lights, stickers, and one of the biggest selections of cassettes anywhere. This year celebrating our 25th year anniversary. Antioch Opticians Glasses and Contact Lenses in the Rayleigh Shopping Center on Lone Tree Way in Antioch. Since 1973, Antioch Opticians has carried over 3,000 frames to meet your special needs and repair broken frames. They have their own in-house laboratory for fast, accurate service. 1-hour service in most cases. That's Antioch Opticians, 3714 Lone Tree Way in Antioch. Thanks again to all of our friends from the Comcast Game of the Week.
All right, with our Brendan Theaters players of the game first, James Lawson, 188 yards on the ground. You guys actually passed the ball a little more than normal. Was that something you guys see in practice, or do you want to just catch Acalanes off guard?
No, we just tried to catch Acalanes, a couple times, and a couple of times we're in sticky situations, and we don't like to do that, but when we have to, we got to,
Yeah, it must be fun being a running back in a system that runs the ball all the time, huh?
Yeah, it's a trip, like just getting the call like half the time to go. It's fun.
What's it like being in the NCS championship game?
It's a rush. I can't think of words to describe this.
Well, think of some good words, because maybe you can describe it when you win the championship.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
James, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Eren Akhtari, a big interception in the end zone, a drive killer for Acalanes. Tell us about the interception.
I was just thinking, I saw the quarterback pump in, and I saw number 10 going in, he's their main receiver, and then I look back and I see 11 behind me, and I see the ball in the air, and my first reaction was just to go back and get it and see what I could do, and I thought I was out of bounds, and I just kept running anyway just to see what would happen, and it just felt awesome.
Yeah, obviously a big play in the game. Tell us, Eren, either Miramani or Dublin, who would you rather play? I'm going to put you on the spot here.
It doesn't really matter to me. I don't know either team. To me, they're equally as good, because every week, like James said earlier in the season, every week the best team we play is a team coming up. So,
Eren, congratulations, a big victory. Let's go back upstairs now with our Brendan Theaters player of the game. Brendan Theaters, enjoy the show. Dan and Steve, take it away.
Thanks a lot. Also mention to Marcus Pamphile, who had a great game. He rushed for 131 yards in that closing touchdown. Let's take a look at the highlights from the second half, Steve. There was a lot of great plays, but when you talk about scoring type of plays, there weren't a lot. Now this is the interception, Akhtari, which I thought at this point that pretty much saved the game for Ygnacio Valley at this point.
And Beeman played a great second half. That was about the only notch in it right there, and it took a great play on his part, Dan, to pull that interception off. But at the time, it was a huge play.
and then a couple of missed field goals. And this one right here was God only knows what happened on that one. That was a bad one.
Well, we got to remember they're 17, 16-year-old kids and everything that happens. And this one he kicked, he really got a hold of it like he wanted, and it just missed it wide right there, Dan. But a great game on both sides, and you got to tip your hat. This kid played a great game. And then look at this touchdown pass to the triple coverage. No, this is the one pass to Massey right here, and in the second half, and he had a great game too. So. And right here, here's the hot potato.
And Pam File for 55 yards to close it out.
And this is turn out the lights, the party's over, pack it up, hit the road, Jack. Don't come back no more.
By the way, Steve, De La Salle 35, Foothill 7 is the score we're getting in from there. And of course, there's also the Granada Irvington game going on. There we are. Gosh, close-up of us.
Yeah. Well, you know what? There's a lot of unsolved mysteries with me right now that people are they're going, okay, okay. Go ahead, Dan.
They're going. Remember that scene in Tootsie? Pull back. How about Cleveland? That's what people are thinking right now. Look at the stats tonight, and you can see, despite the second half effort of Acalanes, Ygnacio Valley still dominated, running for 345 yards, led by Lawson with 188 and a touchdown, Pamphile with 131 and a touchdown. They threw for 25. The only completion was that one pass from Havens to Lawson in the first half for a touchdown. You can see Acalanes did a little bit better in the second half, finishing with 207 yards of total offense. The thing that can kill Ygnacio Valley and what any team they're going to play should see, if you can get them to turn the ball over, the one turnover led to the Acalanes touchdown, and 10 penalties for 90 yards. That's where sometimes the discipline comes in. And the way they play so hard and so physical that you're going to get penalties sometimes.
Absolutely.
If they can maintain the effort they had out here tonight, the games they played, the schedule they have now 9-3 on the season, they have a very good chance of winning next week.
Right, you're absolutely right, Dan. And give the Warriors congratulations to the Warriors for advancing to next week. You know the one thing you do have to realize, you have to take your hats off to the Acalanes Dons with Coach Thompson over there. He made some great adjustments in the halftime and figured, you know what, I'm going to let Beeman throw the ball. He did that. He was very successful at it. A very close game. A lot of fun, a lot of hard hitting. Hey, man, next week we do it again.
Yeah, look forward to it. Next week from Los Lomas High School, it'll be either Miramonte or Dublin against Ygnacio Valley for the 2A championship. Let's wrap up this one, Steve, as we head to the championship weekend, which will take place December 2nd and December 3rd. Those games held at the Oakland Coliseum on the 3rd. Let's say goodnight to our great friends of the program here on the Comcast Game of the Week. As you see Mount Diablo High School emptying here tonight. And it's not as cold, Steve. The wind died down.
Well, the UFO took off.
It left. There you go.
I know what's going on.
The Game of the Week here on Comcast brought to you by these great friends, Rocco's Ristorani and Pizzeria in Walnut Creek.
Great minestrone and pizzas.
Absolutely. Contra Costa Clean Water Program and Mr. Funnelhead. Velocity Sports Performance in Concord. Brennan Theaters in Concord and Pittsburgh. Hertz Equipment Rental. Peacock Expressions Gallery. Freshy Air Systems. Amorosa Antique and Floral. Diablo Auto Sales. Jeffrey Hope, Doctor of Dentistry. GamePod Combat Airsoft. Antioch Opticians. Images of 3 Hair Salon. Recovery Carpet Care. More great friends of the program. White & Annoni, Doctors of Dentistry, Roger Fernando, State Farm Insurance, the 19th Hole Casino and Lounge, Randy's Carpet Care, the New Mecca Cafe, Rich Ed Self Storage, Rock Bottom Records, Lito's Barbershop, Pantel's Music Box, Queen Bee's Quilt Shop, Go Cycles, the Williams Company, and Fitness 19. Thanks to all the great friends of the program. We couldn't do it without you. Please support our great friends here on the Comcast Game of the Week. Don't forget Dave Jackson's West Coast Jamboree, December 27th through the 31st, all throughout Contra Costa County. And don't forget next week, Saturday and Sunday at 7 p.m., you'll see the Ygnacio Valley Warriors go for their first championship since 1999 in a 2A final from Los Lomas High School. They take on the winner of tomorrow night's Miramonte Dublin game. We'll have all the action for you Saturday and Sunday at 7 p.m. For Steve Sanchez, Matt Bolander, Tony Schultz, and our great Comcast crew, including Dave Jackson, our statistician, this is Dan Wall saying goodnight from Concord, where the final score was Ygnacio Valley 21, Acalanes 7. This has been a high school sports production brought to you by Comcast in Walnut Creek. Until the championships next week, everyone.
Happy holidays, be careful, and good luck.